Smiley face, smiley face. You know?
We're live.
Yeah.
And we're live. Hi, everybody. We are live.
Yo, what's up?
YouTube too.
This is the first story.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it, man. Everybody's here, guys. How we doing?
What up, what up?
What
We're
up?
also live on the Facebook. Oh,
Yes, sir.
we're live on YouTube. We're live on Facebook. Some of the people are live on Facebook. Some of the people are live on YouTube.
Assalamu alaikum.
Oh, yeah, brother, man. How you doing?
Awesome language.
That's my phone. Read my phone. Archie, and I fed you. All right, everybody, share if you care. I shared.
We have a remarkable following in the Philippines and also in India and Pakistan.
Germany's catching up, though.
Yes, so we're trying to show our love all around the world.
That's somebody's phone.
We reside in Florida,
Mm-hmm.
Central Florida.
Yeah,
That's where we are.
we'll be all right.
But yeah, we spread like STD, all over. Pretty soon it's gonna be all over you.
We are
This year hit 20 years.
That's terrible.
That's awesome.
How my Patriots doing?
17-7.
Yeah, it would have been better if Ron hadn't bobbled that one there. That's all right. Yeah, we had touchdowns right out the gate, but it's okay.
So that's the big holiday today. First football game of the year.
Yes.
This is really hard for Melissa. Her team is playing right now. That's dedication.
Our team.
I want to know what John Parisi's bitching about with our gamers in here. We love the gamers. There's a new game that came out. Just because you're an old fart. I'm just saying.
It's interactive.
Yeah, that too.
Very interactive.
We got Destiny. We got to talk about Destiny 2 came out.
You know it.
Son
You know it.
So, gamers. That's right. AUG. And relationships. That's what we do. If you don't like it, complain in our thread. Boost our post.
You see that?
I think I need to fix that.
You bought it?
It's at home.
That's so hot.
He's gonna be Halloween Super
Oh, I
Saiyan.
saw that. You posted it up on
Yeah.
on IG.
Yes, the
Nice.
show will be about, sports and relationships,
Here you go.
gaming and relationships.
Mm.
We're gonna mix it all up in there. I know,
Sure.
a lot of you are gonna be watching TV, watching the show, watching TV because it is the first game of the year.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna keep up with that.
Go Patriots.
Patriots.
Yes, we have some Patriots fans in the house.
Here we go, Steelers. Here we
I'm
go.
all right with it.
And
Yeah,
I'm
gotta
representing
do
my
it.
team.
They're not playing tonight right now.
They're
No,
So-
no.
They're my second team.
There you go. You see that? I'll take that. They're my first, and then after them is everyone else's second best.
My second team. 2 minutes. Oh, what? What? You fixing stuff? Oh, she's fixing a mess with it. Which one?
Which one?
Oh, it's just because you're so far to the. Look at her messing with stuff.
Playing with it. She's playing with it.
All right.
One,
If it breaks, my hands are over here.
Mm-hmm.
And on camera too, May.
No. Sorry, that was a loud answer to somebody. Right?
You said that really loud, Melissa.
I know.
I don't normally say no.
Yes, we got our Og family in the house. AUG, what's up?
What up? What up? What's going on,
What's up,
everybody?
everybody?
I hope you guys are doing fantastic. I hope everybody in Florida is
Safe.
prepared for what's
Destiny
getting
2.
ready to
Some
come
wind.
our way. A lot of wind
rain.
and
My
water.
man said that's
The fall hurricane that's coming, be prepared for it. Make sure you take all my bread.
Take all your bread. There you go.
They've already took all of our water.
Yes. Yes, they did. You know what? Not for nothing. If you can't find any cases of water, I suggest maybe getting the water filter for the faucet.
Yes.
No one is actually buying any of those. Those are still on the shelves.
Or I have another idea. Go and buy a
Alright.
couple boxes of the gallon zip bags.
There you go.
Freeze or just fill them. Even if you don't freeze them, fill them and set them aside.
I
Yeah.
have another idea. Go to Amazon Prime and
Yeah,
get
buy
it
it.
shit delivered for free to your doorstep.
They're running on Amazon for like $100.
No.
Oh, not anymore?
No.
They stopped that?
No.
Better not
They
do.
can't get it like that.
I saw it the other day.
Well, maybe they were trying you. All right, let's do
They
this
must have
thing.
been. They must have been.
It was like, I
David, you
see
and
it
Sean are
moving.
gonna share a mic,
Okay.
and
Let
then
me.
And we just gonna sing amongst ourselves because I was ready, but then I'm not ready, and I don't know why that happened. So I just don't know. I know why. I do know why, actually, because we all watching the game.
Everybody watching that game right
Oh, yep. Wait, here we go. I'm trying to get him to work. Oh no, there it is. All right, no money, no money, no money. Do not pass the zero. Hi guys, Connections is on. We're live. We are on Facebook. We're on YouTube. We're on the World Wide Web. We're all over the place. We're in your face, man. Lizzie,
That's me.
there she is. Okay, still trying to get everything hopping here.
I
And,
can't fit my boobs up in here.
You're an
Jesus,
idiot.
man.
Ooh, saw that.
Yeah, I was trying to slide in here. These guys are taking up all this room.
All the room.
no
All right.
room for the.
Yeah,
boob.
we got the Alliance of Uniting Gamers here. Hey, what's going on with you there, Porn Star Pete? How you doing? Okay.
I'm doing good.
All right.
good.
All right. Oh, look, you're here too.
Yeah, I am.
Punchline is here
We're all
tonight.
squeezed in together.
Are you
Yes.
like family?
He's like really
Ugly.
nervous over there.
Ugly.
He's not used to this.
Shoulder to shoulder. Ugly. You just plain old
He's stiff as a board over there. Look
No,
at him.
no, it's all consequence.
man.
It's
I have a-
game night.
I have a little bit of elbow room, so I'm
All
all
right.
right.
All right, so we are definitely broadcasting live. I see us on the YouTube. Okay, that works. That works. All right, we got to talk about gamers tonight. We're going to talk about relationships, sports, relationship. Talk about the Patriots. Are they winning?
Yes, they are.
They're up right now. Okay, that's all I want to know. I'm good. I'm good. Okay, so as long as we're good. There's an extra microphone floating around. Is that going to be yours?
That or I figured to pick up some type of noise.
Huh? Go ahead, let me hear.
I guess. Okay.
You guess
Well,
so?
good.
I
I
guess
guess I'll
so.
be picking this one
I
up.
guess I'm talking to this one quiet.
Oh, what's up?
It's boom higher.
Boom Yeah.
You suck.
Oh, that's nice. Good thing he can't hear that, huh?
I know, right?
Wait, here's my music. I think I found it. Yep. Yay, I found my music.
It's almost like we're professional now. Shh.
No, don't you do that. Not on game night. Not with the first game of the season. I love it. We're back. Football. All right, so sports. Are you a sports widow? Are you a gaming widow? Widower? Does your chick sit there all day on the couch and not let you have the controller? It happens. It does happen.
Yes, it does.
Bitches.
Yeah, that's wrong.
That is wrong. That is shameful. Share. Get your own controller.
Sharing is caring.
It is caring. It
You ever
really
been
is.
sports shamed before?
Is it time? We gonna do that? Sports
I've
shaming?
been sports shamed, yeah.
I know I have been
I
too.
don't know if I've been. You guys have to explain this. to
Sport
me.
shaming?
I don't know what that means.
Where you start feeling really bad because you're watching too much football or something.
that
You know,
never happens.
Because on Sunday there's 9 hours of football.
Okay.
So by the 7th, 8th hour, my wife sometimes just like, "Come on, man, are you serious?" And I'm like,
It's a game.
it's only lasts for a couple months and then it's over.
Be like, bitch.
Yeah.
Bitch, don't take the backhand now. Come on.
Jeez. Oh, she's right though. Get in the kitchen, make us some sandwiches.
That's right.
Yeah. Speaking of sandwiches,
How's that bread? You found
Oh,
any bread?
no
No.
bread. They didn't have any at the store.
it's
You had
been
to buy rolls.
24
Like,
hours since I've had a sandwich and it's driving me crazy.
Hey, we had to buy
Got
bread.
Sandwich withdrawal.
You need. I got bread in the freezer, man. I know I do. I got bread in the freezer. I'll hook you up.
Sweet.
Yeah.
She's
I'll-
the best.
My hero.
There you go.
Yeah, it's that white bread, that sweet bread that pretends to be white bread.
Yeah. Good for me.
Bread. Right, racial.
There you go.
Right. It's connections.
Listen to us. I'm sure you'll be amazed. Big fun to be had by everyone.
They remembered after they broke my phone. Okay, so Lizzie's doing the opening story. All right. Hi, everybody.
What we hear in the radio station having
Stay
fun.
fresh. Let me hang it out.
Yeah.
They let us come back again. They let us come back. Oh my God.
Yeah, we thought about it. We're like,
What?
what?
Kinda cool.
All right. They got good
I'll
energy.
take kind of. I'll take kind
They
of.
know
I
their
like
shit,
it.
so why not?
Got lots of followers.
They don't cause any trouble.
I got a little secret right now, okay? If you're gonna get married, guys, I want you to consider this, okay? That it's usually Labor Day weekend that football starts. So if you get married a week before, you're good.
Gold.
That's what I did.
Never thought about that.
Yep.
Oh, man, perfect.
Priceless, right?
Yes.
Honeymoon and the wedding all went on September 4th. September 11th was opening day.
There you go. Bam.
Perfect.
That's awesome.
We were supposed to have an event on September 11th, but
Yeah.
guys wound up backing out the other team, man. So we're not gonna.
Oh.
However, you get a chance to catch us on Destiny 2.
Yes.
September the 11th going in.
Yes.
Run
Monday
some
Night
Crucible.
Mayhem on the screen.
Yes.
Sweet.
Monday Night Mayhem. It's going down. I'm so excited. I'm supposed to go home and do some cleaning.
Whatever.
But,
that's not gonna
So how that schedule worked?
Exactly.
This is how it's gonna work now.
Yes.
Daddy.
Yes.
I feel
I mean, to me, I feel like a new game release is kind of like having a Super Bowl, you know?
Oh,
yeah.
You got to get your sandwiches set up, get your finger foods and stuff like that ready to go.
Agreed.
Where you going? You know?
Oh, but
Violated. Violated.
You alright?
Soldier's getting weird with this.
You got
We're so
excited.
close. I think we should
you got
start
worried
doing
about that
as
shoulder.
well.
That shoulder to shoulder.
He's like, I'm crazy.
All right, Lizzie, you got opening in about 10, 15 seconds. Okay, guys.
Weeks. It's Connections. Connections is relationship radio.
My husband, Shrek, becomes a
Connections is relationship radio.
my husband Shrek becomes a
Mhm.
widower during football season and baseball season,
Oh, no.
and basically the whole year.
Damn. Because of you?
Yeah, I like my football, but I really like my baseball, and they just kind of bleed into each other.
Right,
So
right.
I think January is about the only time that he gets a little attention.
Welcome to Connections.
January.
Oh, wait,
No,
what's he
no.
mumbling over there?
No, because he likes the Cowboys, and I'm like, why would you pick such a dumb team?
You know, I got to agree with you on that.
Thank you.
Saying.
Well, from the eyes of a Steeler fan, we're
Mhm.
definitely all about smashing the Cowboys every
Yep.
time.
See,
Every
yeah, see, I
time.
don't have a problem with Steelers.
Oh, we got the gamers in here tonight. Alliance United Gamers. It is Connections. I'm Melissa Fox. That is Lizzie said, what? Making her old man a sports widower. We got Porn Star Pete, who makes his wife a widow.
Yeah.
And then she has to bring you back from Heart Attack Lane if the Packers have
Yeah,
a
it's
problem.
like it really depends on how our weekend's gonna go.
Oh yes. No, I mean, dude,
Poor girl.
You've been in the Elizabeth, I'm coming. I mean, you've been close.
Yeah, there's only a few times where people have seen me angry.
Hmm.
And if you watch football, especially Green Bay football with me,
Okay.
you'll see it for the first time.
Mhm.
Throw things?
Well, you'll see serious anguish on my face. Like I'm just I feel like it's I start going, man, this is set up. The refs are calling
Shit.
Oh,
BS
okay.
calls. This is-
I don't know. Devin, does that not sound like Dad during the Florida Gator games? They paid him off. I don't know. I can't believe it has to pay off. It's a setup.
Yeah, those
I'm like,
refs, they're all against us.
Yeah, they paid
Everyone.
him. Yep.
Somebody call Mike Ditka.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is Devin, D-Man Steel. We also have David Sean in the house.
Yo, what's up? Jay McDill in the building.
There it is. There it is.
What's up, everybody? It's Crazy Rabbit, y'all.
He's tossing his tag out there, and wow, it's a big tag. It's nice. I like it. It'll be all right. Okay, Punchline, what are you doing?
Nothing much.
All right.
I was just thinking about what you were saying earlier off the air about how you get a new game. It's like I want to go and clean and do stuff, and after a couple of games,
Yeah.
And I felt that like when I used to have a PlayStation 2 , which is I'm dating myself.
It's okay. You date yourself
You
every
date-
night.
It's all good. I still play mine.
This doesn't surprise me, Lizzie.
I'm back when
Like,
I
I
had
could go-
Pong.
I could go.
Hello.
I could go to sleep right now, but Grand Theft Auto just for a little while.
Just a little while.
Especially now with, just the smoothness of the Destiny 2
Mm-hmm.
and just the weapon selection, the stages, the massiveness, the graphic
bosses
upgrades.
and
Yeah.
the enemies have changed.
Wow.
See their
Dramatically,
lights,
dramatically.
their
It's
eyes
so
light
cool.
up
I
when they're
know,
talking.
right?
Like
It's
little
like-
kids on Christmas.
It is.
And then Santa's gonna come, and he's gonna have all of his sleighs,
And he's gonna sleep with your mom.
Hey.
And then I'm gonna walk in with a Titan, and I'm gonna shoot him out the sleigh.
Oh, you got it.
Well, I did see Santa Claus kiss Mom last night.
Oh God.
You weren't at the house last night, so who are you talking about?
You two fight later.
What house were you in, buddy?
So
Wrong
tonight we were
house.
talking about whether or not sports and relationships mix. You know, because if you're both into sports, that can be cool, unless you're like a house divided, like someone on the other side of the house is going for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Why?
You
I'm
know this is a
sorry.
Patriots house. I'm like, what are you doing?
If it was the Dolphins, I could understand, but the Chiefs. I mean, the
Just-
Chiefs.
Just to anybody that's playing.
It's like us Gator fans. We will root for everybody, even Miami, if they're playing against FSU. I'm like, high five. Y'all need water? I'll bring y'all water. You guys need a back massage? I'm right there.
Or
Y'all just go
Yankees
kick some butt.
Yep.
Yankees fans.
Yeah.
Anybody who plays the Yankees,
Yeah, I'm
all
like,
for them.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm anyone who plays against the Dolphins. I'm like, we got people saying the Packers rule you when they're not playing.
Oh,
Rachel, don't
man.
worry about us in the hurricane. We're okay. It's okay.
We're not gonna blow away.
We'll be all right.
Well, in
We're
my
ready.
house,
partying.
you know, like my lady, she was a huge Peyton Manning fan.
I am
You
so
know,
sorry.
she,
man.
Really,
Wow.
you
She
still got
kinda-
with her?
She kind of, well, you
That's-
know,
that
she's
was-
still,
that's
she's
just
still
as-
trying to.
That's just as bad as when they spread their legs and it smells like a tuna fish sandwich.
I don't have those type of issues. However, in my
She's a
house,
Peyton
football
Manning fan.
football is all good. You know, like I root for the Steelers. I'm like the guy that gets up like actually under center and there's nobody there with me.
Yeah.
So like I'm hiking the ball whenever Ben Roethlisberger hikes the ball, I hand it off, I throw it, all that. Like I'm
What a
like diehard
She's
into
doing
it.
like the Wii.
I'm sorry, but Roethlisberger's like a douche hat. I can't talk. But I don't like the guy.
He's a little rapey, isn't he?
Yeah, just a
Yeah.
little bit. Look, I'm in a strip club. Do me. Damn it. All right. So anyway, it's appropriate to ask these questions. But do sports, gaming, and relationships mix? Yes, I'll get that just a second.
I believe it.
Anyway, it's hard to answer this question, man. I mean,
Biscuits are done.
serious. You can't resist them. My biscuits are done. Your biscuits. Sorry. Anyway, so does sports affect people's relationships? Do they? Do they not? Good news, bad news. Yes.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, both ways. People who actually understand football, baseball, basketball, and so on say sporting events make terrific dates if you go with the right person.
If you go with
Absolutely.
the person who roots for
Agreed.
the same team.
Right? But
My
near-
wife actually leaves the house when I'm watching the Patriots because I get so angry sometimes that she's just like,
Unless you're like Dwayne Wade's wife, you know, and you're over there hollering and screaming at the game, and they have to officially almost kind of usher you out. Dwayne Wade's like, sit down.
Yeah, but that's yeah, she's hot. I can't think of her damn name now. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, but anyway, so nearly 1 in 5 people say sports have negatively affected their relationships and sometimes romance too. That's because the chicks like they want to parade right in front of you when you're like 2-minute warning and stuff.
can
You're
you move?
Like, put
Yes.
that away and wait. Give me 10 minutes.
Be like, remember what we talked about the other night? What do you think about that?
Remember I told you fourth quarter is extremely important around this time. Red zone.
See, and you can ask Devin. Shrek will do
2-minute
that
warning.
to me. Shrek does that to me too. He's like, okay, so Jane Doe saw Tommy at blah blah blah, and I'm going,
No, there's halftime. There's this thing
Yeah.
called halftime where we can discuss these
That's
things.
enough time.
Also,
Plenty.
commercials,
Mhm.
except for when I
Yeah.
have the red zone. You're just gonna have
yeah,
to
when
wait.
the red zone, it's just 9 hours of straight
Or the
red
Super
zone.
Bowl.
Agreed.
Yeah,
and DVR is the best because I can hit the pause button and then like, okay, what?
what is it?
What?
Mm.
No, never mind. I'm like, no, what?
Mm-hmm.
Now, we'll tell you good news that about half the men that were and women that were surveyed about this said that sporting events sound like a first date bingo winner. Rah, rah, go team.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Great idea. Those same amount of people, women and men, also said a Super Bowl party is a great place to meet somebody and make a date.
Oh, I don't
That
know.
is so
about
true,
that.
especially if you guys are rocking the same colors.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's cute.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, you do know that is
Family
the
reunion.
that is the day that more women get beat than any other day.
Yeah, it is. No, you're right. Domestic violence, it's crazy, but domestic violence goes up on that day like nobody's business. So,
Wow, I didn't know that.
yeah.
I heard that.
Well,
statistic
now you
was
got to
full of
get
crap.
on it. Just
Mhm.
saying, David. Now you got to get on it, man.
man.
You better hope my team don't lose.
Boy, you better go out there and
Fix
just
me a
try to get
sandwich,
one.
damn it.
I guess that's why David's house is a split household, huh?
Oh.
No. Wait. Correction. My house is not a split household. It's just all the other 3 people in my house are all Steelers fans, and then you have the other person who's currently undivided. So you know.
All right, we're gonna.
It's like
We're
Rihanna
gonna
in
take
the
a break.
elevator.
Go check on my Patriots, see how they're doing.
Angel biscuits.
Yeah, that too. And then we come back with some juicy bits. It is Connections.
This is Connections.
Keeping your lady happy emergency hotline.
Around the house with the terrible towels on. I got my gloves on. I'm in there Steelered out. She's just like,
Yeah, we'll blame the little kids in the family when they ain't wearing
Yeah,
right
right,
shirts and
not
stuff.
appropriate
They lose and
uniform.
be like, it was your fault because you weren't wearing
you weren't wearing the right shirt.
You don't do that next week. You know what happens next week.
That's
I'm gonna make
right.
you sit
Sitting
in time out.
I'm gonna make you do
Yeah.
wall squats.
Wall squats.
That's like, yo, that is like my new punishment in the house. Yo, it's like, yo, go sit over there and do like wall sits.
Is
Oh,
that
yeah,
okay
man.
for you
My
or
mom
no?
used to put rice on the floor and just let me kneel on it with my hands up like this.
Wow.
And what did you do?
I guess
Did you, like,
everything.
Did you like take a shit on the wall or something? You paint pictures with it?
I went my entire life wondering the same thing.
Like, what did I was like? What did I make?
And your dad was probably like, "Boy, just go with it. Don't even question
I
it.
think
Just
he
smile
was.
and say,
I
I'm
think he
sorry."
was. He waited for all of us to be 18, and he's like, all right, man, y'all are 18, I'll split.
Good Lord.
He's like, y'all are safe now, y'all good.
Covered my
All those
ass.
sleepless nights.
Mhm.
What's up, everybody?
I'm so excited,
It's Crazy
though.
Rabbit.
Destiny
Thanks
too,
everybody for coming out.
Stop
checking us
telling
out.
everyone
We
to
got
order
104.1.
Connections.
Yeah.
The Connections show.
Stop. What? Tommy's always telling people to order pizza
Check
and
them out on
wings.
the live stream on Facebook. Connections show.
That's right, Rice. Oh my God.
And D-Man in the building.
So it's Facebook.
So saving this video.
/.
So saving this
Connections.
video. Got my man Porn Star Pete in the building.
Coffee drinking art stuff.
So got Melissa in the building. Yes, sir. Got
Hey,
Mom's
man.
in the building. Got my man Crazy Rabbit in the building. Here you go.
What's
Yeah.
Hey, I got a question for you guys.
Hey.
All right,
What I
you ready?
Mm-hmm. Say you
Ask
do.
them both. Okay, ready?
We got a question,
All
guys.
right. Do you guys know what that is?
Depends how you look at it.
Well,
Okay.
yes. I do know what this
Because
is.
we've had
I know what this is.
Because we've had people in the studio don't even know what it is.
Hey.
Just saying.
I'm like, I know what this is when you put the two
Whenever
fingers
you,
on.
yeah, this is when you're trying to get both of them at the same time.
Yeah, whenever you do it like
You're like,
this,
yes.
that when you do it like this, when you spread it apart, you know what that means? Girls too wide.
Girls too.
Oh. Okay, so
I
that's
thought they were throwing Latin King gang signs out.
No gang signs.
No Like, I'm too old for this shit.
like, look, I just sound like the Packers and that's it, dude. Like that's why I draw the line.
Like, whoa.
You know?
I was repping green for this, but not that other.
Not that other stuff y'all had going on, man.
Like, no.
I knew for sure you guys rocked yellow, but holy crap.
There's no another way of saying that, though, right? When they're saying that that's too loose, it's like throwing a sausage down the hallway.
It's wall somewhere.
You gotta get a racquetball in there.
Hey, you can open it up and you can yell and it echoes back.
Hello.
Yeah, that's what you go like this.
It's a device to
Yeah.
help tighten it up.
Yeah.
It's like blowing on a jug. Yeah, you don't let it go, man.
That doesn't test. That's when you go, I'm
Like,
going. Like, it looks like you've been in way too many videos. And I'm talking about the ones that run for at least like about an hour.
at least an hour.
Yeah.
Either that or they involve more than two people.
They got that DP action, man.
Hey, tell your peeps they need to go look up Diphthalic Dude.
Oh,
no,
good
don't do
Look up
that.
Diphthalic Dude. It's
Diphthalic
awesome.
dude. No.
Connections family, if you know it's
scared.
good for you, don't do it.
Don't do it.
They
said don't do it.
Oh
Don't
my
do it.
God.
No, they're
No.
scared. They're
Do
scared.
it. Do it.
No, don't.
They're scared.
Don't do it. It'll kill you.
How do these things just spew out of your head like this? Couldn't you at least use your brain as a filter?
Sex for men. When it's right, it's right. When it's wrong, it's still right.
It's Connections.
Welcome back. Oh, it's Connections. I love that. It's good stuff, don't you think? I mean, it's not Nina Simone, but you know. I mean,
It's
Still
awesome.
hey, good.
huh? What? Who's haying? Hey.
Nina Simone, man.
Yeah.
Sinner man.
No, this just ain't got no. I got life. So anyway, welcome back to Connections.
Ain't got no home.
See?
Ain't got no shoes. Ain't got no money.
What thing?
Ain't got no class.
Oh wait, you know.
Ain't got no guts.
Yeah. So it's Juicy Bits time.
Juicy
Ain't got no
bits.
perfume.
So somebody tell me about Cassini crashing into Saturn, and what the hell is it? This is the Space Files.
Yes.
Go to our
Look at
science
him.
desk. I know
He's
it's
like a kid in a candy store. He's
he
like
gets
all giddy.
manwood. I know.
I love this stuff, man. Well,
Yeah.
you know, this thing's been going around for 13 years, flying around. Well, so they're trying to figure, because this thing's now low on fuel, and they're, you know, they did their last roll around Saturn.
Okay.
But they don't know what else to do other than now to crash it into Saturn, because they
Warps.
don't want to hit like one of the moons, or, you know, because they're having a harder time controlling it.
Okay.
So, yeah, this could be like the beginning. You know, we could be making war right now and have no idea that we're doing it. So, this is pretty cool. But they're doing this they're actually going to do it on live TV.
Make
That's
war.
cool.
That
I
you're
love
gonna
it
be
when
able
they
to
do
see.
it on live TV.
Yeah.
It was really good.
And we're going to hit Saturn with Uranus.
Not my anus.
There are rings around your anus now.
I got about 70 some moons floating around too, like we found out last night.
Klingons.
But that'll be on the Science Channel.
Yeah, that nobody watches. You'll
I
be
watch
watching.
it.
He watches it.
I'll be there with you, Porn Star Pete. I got you.
Okay,
Awesome.
all right, man.
It's
Jeez.
Friday, September 15th. It is quite early. I might have to DVR that
Yeah,
watch
I was
later.
gonna say,
7:50
DVR.
a.m.
Mhm.
Ooh.
All right, so Michael Bennett, we talked about that yesterday, the NFL star, if you use that word lightly, the Seahawks defensive end who got, some crap went down in Vegas. Now the cops are telling their side of it because he's like, I was scared for my life. I am.
Yes,
6'4",
this happened solely on the fact that he
300
was black,
pounds.
is what he said.
The black man, they were going to kill me
They were
because
gonna
I
kill
was
me, yeah.
black. No,
Yeah.
no.
It was gonna mess me up.
So now the police are talking. What are they saying? What are they saying?
Well, they heard some shots. They got some idea that, something may be going down. So when they went in there and tried to figure out what's going on, Michael Bennett started hiding behind stuff. And of course, that's like, if that's not guilty, what is, right?
Exactly.
He's probably
It's
got
a
like
little
a
suspicious.
a dime bag or something on him, but
Right,
they don't
right.
know this, So he's hiding under stuff, and then when they spotted him, he tried to book out the door.
It
And-
turned into Grand Theft Auto.
Oh.
And
4
Nice.
stars.
and
They
they,
said he
and they
dropped
got
his
him.
contact.
What was a little suspicious is the camera that was supposed to be on the cop was supposed to be working, but it wasn't. So there is a little did they say this? Did they do that? But they said he was actually real cooperative, and it only took 10 minutes, for them to, dissect it through and realize that he was innocent.
Mhm.
What did Roger Goodall say about this? I know that he did some kind of statement about.
Did he?
Yeah.
Again? Oh,
Yeah.
Goodall, I hate that
I
guy.
mean, I don't know.
I think he's his statement
he
was
offered his support.
yeah.
Yay.
Michael Bennett represents the best of the NFL.
Roger Goodell's got his hands so full right now. It's like utterly ridiculous. I feel so bad for his position.
No, I don't.
I love it when he comes out in the draft. Every time he comes out, he'll be like, "Boo, we hate this guy."
It's like soap opera TV. Here comes the moment. Yes.
Jesus, he exploded.
was-
That was ridiculous. Oh my
That
god.
was a little excessive. That
I didn't do nothing, just being black.
I
No,
was
come
just-
on, Michael.
hiding behind some stuff, not suspicious at all.
Just drop my contact. Don't worry about it.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, that-
Leslie Van Houten probably doesn't mean a lot to you young kids, but one of the Manson family.
Well,
Yes, the
Squeaky.
youngest one.
the
out
youngest
of the
one,
bunch.
not Squeaky. She was going to go a long time ago.
Oh.
She's the youngest of the bunch then, but she's 68 now. And I think they're going to let her out, aren't they?
Well, actually, they did. Now they're just waiting for the governor to approve the ruling.
Governor Jerry Brown.
Who
Ooh,
denied
Jerry.
her the last time because she didn't answer the question that he asked her right.
Do you plan
do you
to
swallow?
Yeah.
Do you plan to carve a
Well, that's an
swastika into
interesting
your
question to
forehead?
ask.
Oh, hey, one of
That's 68, man.
Now, what do you guys think? You think it's time to let her go out into society, or, I mean,
Well, they did. The Manson's going to be out in October. What is it, October 13th or whatever? He's being released.
Charlie?
you really think so?
No, he's already been. They've
He's
they've
sick.
granted it to him. He just has to finish out these last few weeks.
You're
of
kidding
being-
me.
No.
Well,
La-
here's to
was
somebody
last-
shanking him. That's all I
July.
have to say.
No, I'm actually very happy
No,
about
yeah.
this because
He's
you
a
know,
musical genius.
No, in my opinion, he didn't kill anybody.
And he's a musical genius.
You're correct.
And there you have it.
Yeah.
You're correct.
Yes, but
Wow.
You are
if
correct.
Melissa
He's
told me to
innocent.
go kill somebody and then I did it, she would be just as
How-
responsible.
That's true.
However-
She shouldn't.
However,
Good luck with that.
Well, good luck with telling me because I wouldn't. So.
hmm
She's not held accountable.
So, however,
so
comma.
however,
Please, I want to know.
I still think that Charles Manson was a part of it. I'm sorry.
Of course he was.
That's like the
He
like
was
the
the
teenager.
ringleader.
He was.
It's like the teenage girl who told her ex-boyfriend to no, get back in the car and
kill
suck
himself,
in more
yeah.
exhaust.
I don't know.
Well, it's and
Yeah.
they did us all a favor, didn't they?
yeah, but she
Because
only got
now
a
we don't
year.
have that jackass running around.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Way to go, Jack Hump. So 23andMe, that's that website that does the genetic testing.
Yeah, it's the one I'm a part of.
Right. 200 million in funding has been given to them so they can turn their spit into an in-depth genetic analysis. Wow.
Yes, they're trying to bring this to the masses because the more people you have involved with this, the better answers you're going to get.
You should
Okay.
never spit.
Never spit. It's not
Wow.
ladylike. No,
Wow.
they're trying to say they're testing for 10 different medical diseases and conditions like Parkinson and Alzheimer's and stuff. And I don't know, man. They didn't want to. They didn't want to comment for this article.
Well, they've been through the ringer when it comes because you know they were coming after him because they said, well, you can't say that, you know, these people are susceptible to cancer. I'm saying that wrong, am I? Susceptible.
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 Acceptable.
I'm sorry, my English is
Yes,
rather
no, you know what?
If
Ain't nobody
Sound
up in
great
this
for
room
my
that
area.
can correct you.
What about your area?
Mer.
So 23andMe, they raised all kind of funding, and they're gonna go crazy with their in-depthness. I got it.
Yeah, and Irma's gonna go east. We're not gonna get hit too bad. I think we'll be all right,
Are you
guys.
just talking, right?
You are making
it's-
yourself believe it.
It's my prediction,
Oh,
and
it's
I
his
just
prediction.
40 miles an hour, he said.
I was about to say, what industrial fan did you turn on?
We got
It's
the
like,
gamers with us.
It's like 6 cases of water and a whole bunch of cans later.
Don't forget the beer.
and gasoline.
Yes, have to have the beer.
Yeah, that's not what I needed.
So I'll be watching. So I'll be watching the game on Sunday because the power ain't gonna go off. But I won't have any sandwich bread.
I told you,
to eat
I
my
got
sandwiches.
some.
Oh yeah.
Update on the game. Patriots 17, Chiefs 14.
And now it's officially a ball game.
Now, yeah, somebody's playing along. That's good. That's good. Hello.
They're going to lose anyways, but good trying, Chiefs.
Yeah, well, at least they'll give us a game. That'll work.
I don't count it over till the fourth quarter's done.
All right, fine. We got the gamers with us. We got the mail sack coming up next. Corn Star Pete is with us always. It's Connection.
I believe in miracles. Where you from? You sexy thing, you.
Okay, all you Facebook and YouTube listeners, how are you doing?
Yes, Tommy, that's Devin.
I hope you guys are having a fantastic night.
That's right. Tommy, I think we discussed this before. There's only enough room for one Tommy. Oh, okay. All right. Is there another Tommy in the room?
Yeah, we'll let Tommy Walker.
Happy birthday, Brother Claus.
Well, he had personal business. He had stayed in Georgia.
Word.
Yeah. So.
There you go. All right. And you said you'll cue me on those.
Yeah.
So, so y'all know, this year,
should come right in.
Final Fantasy VII just hit 20 years. It's been out.
Oh, that's my favorite Final Fantasy out of all of them.
7.
Are they doing a digitally remastered
Huh?
version? They gotta do a remastered version?
I believe they're already in the works of remastering it.
Cool. You know what other games coming out soon? Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh, Kingdom Hearts was such a good series.
Can't
The
wait for
first
that
one was still the best one.
Oh yeah.
Hands down, the first one was still the best one.
But everybody's been dying for this part 3 to come out already.
Oh yeah.
It's like a mashup between Final Fantasy and Destiny. Word. So got Mickey Mouse in there and everything, man. Can't wait.
Yeah, man. Like,
And hopefully they bring it to the Xbox side too, man. So that way, you know, I can
man,
get
everybody's so boy.
Well,
I don't care.
Not everybody rolling like you did. Wait,
That's
my bank account work?
what I'm talking about. Mickey Mouse going around punching whores in the face, you know.
There you go. See?
Taking money.
Well, you
Did
see
you
what they
imagine,
did
like,
with
when he
Mario.
Good for
Yeah.
the whole family, right?
Watch me set your phone down because it echoes.
Happy birthday, Buddy Holly. I know
Happy
you're
birthday.
watching. Oh, wait. No, you're not.
Well, at least it was there though.
Happy birthday, Easy E.
Sounds
Guess how old Easy E would have been.
Oh, what up, Easy? What's up,
Sweezy
Any
coming
guesses?
around with Easy.
How old would Easy E be if he was alive today? Without looking at my screen, of course.
What up, AFM?
I'm going
What's
53.
good, bro? Thanks for coming out, man. Check this out. We hear the radio station at 104.1. Over here in Oaktown.
Somebody was very close.
53.
54.
Hey!
Really? Damn.
Yeah.
Relationships.
Yeah.
Little Jimmy Urine. I don't know who it is, but his name is hilarious. He was
Jimmy
born in
Urine?
1969.
Look.
He was an American singer for the mindless self-indulgence.
That's Jimmy Demons in the house.
Gloria Gaynor, is she still alive?
Yeah.
She did survive.
Yes, she did.
Mom, you get that
Her
message?
birthday today.
You know
Grandma
what, though?
Moses.
First, she was afraid.
Grandma Moses
She was
be
back
101.
She started painting when she was like 90.
Yeah.
We're ready
Yeah.
for this hurricane.
Yep,
boy.
yep.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to tell you, we got bottles. We got bottles upon bottles. all
Queen
up there.
Elizabeth I.
Bottles
It's her
upon bottles.
birthday
I'm not talking
today.
about
She was
only
born in
bottles.
1533.
Yeah.
Died in 1603.
She's dead. Officially.
Yeah, she definitely.
Daughter of
Like, all you can see is my left
Henry
boob.
VIII
This is good.
and Anne.
That's how you wanted it, wasn't it?
That good enough?
Here, see, hey guys, how you doing?
Hey.
That's all that counts.
Yeah, man, we in
Isn't
Florida,
that what
bro.
Pete said? As long as you can see
We out
my
here in
boobs,
Florida.
you can see my left
Yes.
Yeah.
Beautiful night. Before
one.
Irma. And then we
Yes.
turn sideways.
Her left
Before
one's my
Irma
favorite.
comes, Irma's on the way.
It's close
Listen,
to
go.
you.
If we hit the Irish horn, I'm not going to front. I'm probably going to attempt to go outside just to go take a picture, and then like instantly run back into my house.
Okay.
I'm totally scared.
And I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
go
if
for
he
a
takes a
setup.
picture, he's gonna put it
Go
up
for a setup.
on.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah. I'm gonna take a diazepam to make sure my hands aren't shaking.
My son's gonna find out that it's gonna not
Yeah, we prepared, man. We prepared.
Yeah, people with Parkinson's disease is now laughing at you.
Oh man.
Yeah, we got this.
5036.
Look at us. We work like dogs, we drink, and then we work like hungover dogs.
Strong words from a strange man.
I'm thinking about having you examined for mental illness or drug use or massive head injury.
This is Connections. Broadcasting live every night at 10 Eastern.
This is connection.
You know, you leave now and you're gonna get a nap.
This is connection.
Connect.
Connect.
Yep. Hey, it's Connections. How the hell are you? In case you didn't figure that out. You know what time it is? It's time for that big old mail sack to get pulled out. Oh, wait, here. Cue the sexy porn music.
I wasn't sure. You actually have your mail sack tonight, porn star Pete?
I always
Well, you
have my
think somebody else's?
Well, we've got 4 guys sitting next to me. I didn't know whose mail sack was laying on my leg.
It's weird. 3
My
women
bad.
and 4 guys.
Exactly.
Oh, did you see that? Punchline gave me the finger.
long as you keep it.
And then he gave me the New England finger. No balls. That's the difference. You never didn't see that? Balls, no balls. Porn star Pete, how's it hanging?
It's hanging good. Well, I got this this email from Deb in Bradenton, and I figured it kind of ran good with today's show, so I wanted to read it. It says, this is the time of year where I hope my husband where I lose my husband to the man cave 3 days a week. He invites his friends, a lot of hooting and hollering. I secretly hope every year that Tampa Bay will not make it to the playoffs so my house can get back to normal.
No worries there.
My husband he's tried to get me involved, but I don't understand the importance. The worst part, though, is every time his team loses, I can expect a bad night. So either way, if they win or lose, I'm in a bad way. Why are you guys so wrapped up in something that you have no part in or control over? What am I missing? Deb from Bradenton.
Oh, Deb.
Well, Deb from Bradenton, what you are missing is a heart.
Oh.
Secretly cheering for his team to lose may be the reason why his team is losing in the first place.
Also, Tampa Bay sucks.
It's karma. It's the butterfly effect. You know, I feel for your husband, truly. Not necessarily because of this issue with football, but because he's a Tampa Bay fan. I mean, holy hell, when I started watching football in the late 70s and into the 80s, I didn't, have it that good either. I was a Green Bay fan from day one. And in those days, they sucked. I mean, do you remember any of these names? Don Mikowski, Randy Wright, David Whitehurst, Blair Keel, Alan Risher, Anthony Dilwig. Nobody remembers those names because this was the list of quarterbacks that played for the Packers while I was growing up. All up until Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. Though, we could always count on beating Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay formed its team in 1976, and it was a sad and horrible beginning.
Suck it.
Hard to look intimidating when you're wearing pink jerseys, and the dude on the helmet looks like Inigo Montoya from The Princess Bride.
You killed my father. Prepare to die.
To top it off, he had this feather in his cap, and I really don't know if it was a knife or a rose in his mouth.
Oh. Hey.
They really looked adorable running down the field. Instead of scoring touchdowns, they would flamenco dance to the last place. Tampa started off horribly bad. And as for the recent past, they haven't won a playoff game in 15 years. Deb, you have a bright side here. If you are secretly hoping for his team that they don't make the playoffs, you pick the right team. Yes, they did put a ring on it back in 2002, but haven't got to second base since. And then, people wonder why women get beat so much on Super Bowl Sunday. It's because some of you ladies don't get it. While it is true your husband may not have real control over the outcome of the game, and while it's true he isn't making the coaching decisions despite how loud he screams at the TV, trust me, I have tried myself. You don't account for the countless hours of loyalty and time he has put into his team. I mean, this guy wore pink for over 20 years. Every Sunday, for Christ's sake. The unity that goes on in the man cave, just hoping their team will have a Cinderella story, hoping their feet will fit into this pink glass cleat. Your husband most likely smells your hate. Your mouth may be keeping the secret, but your actions and facial expressions are making him weary. Not only does his team F up every year, but, he's getting sports shamed by his own wife, and that's not friendship. I've mentioned it before. I didn't cry when my dad died. I didn't shed a tear when I lost a good job or got in a car accident. But I had a meltdown when Colin Squidward Kaepernick took out my Packers in the 2012 playoffs. I wanted to rip his throwing arm off his body and hit him with it. Though
you probably could.
Karma does have a way of making things all better. Colin is now playing in the position where he'll best be known for, on his knees. That's the power of the butterfly effect, Deb. 1 minute the guy is one pass away from Super Bowl glory, and the next he is begging to be the tall boy for the Saskatchewan Roughriders. I can't help but feel partially to blame for this because I wish the demise, and it happened. Football is tradition. Football is constant. Your love for a football team is often passed down from generation to generation.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I watch these games with little Pete. We watch our team and we cheer them together. Win, lose, or draw, we show up again the next week and the next year with loyalty and hope. When my son was 2 days old, Green Bay played on Thanksgiving. I watched the game at the hospital. I held him in front of the TV like Rakifi did with Simba and the Lion King. You know, Deb, don't be a Debbie Downer. Attempt to appreciate the unity. Enjoy sports together. You know, when you enjoy them together, they can have the benefits. And if you are together on this, you're probably not going to have such bad nights because, you know, you're both going through it. Now, as for the butterfly effect is concerned, we're going to ignore the fact that it was probably your fault that Warren Sapp can't stay clear from hookers. And that Tampa has the worst overall record in the NFL. Not to mention they don't even get to play this weekend because of a fall storm. But today is a new day and the start of a new season. So to quote a former Tampa Bay quarterback, Trent Dilfer, and this is his quote, I don't know the politically correct way to say that, but I think it's baloney when you play at home and there are as many Packer fans as Buccaneer fans. They're celebrating winning the NFC Central Division Championship on our home field. It's embarrassing. Peter out. Love you, Tampa.
Yeah, well. Oh, wait.
Would you like five so bad?
Yeah, right. You want to make that a combo? Yeah, that.
So, are there any Tampa Bay Buccaneer fans in here?
Not any left.
Oh, thank God.
Nope, not now.
I was afraid they were throwing gang signs earlier, so
No,
I was
no,
worried
we were
there.
saying hi to our Facebook.
Someone.
Everybody was wanting to know where I was, and I'm like, well, my left side's
Yeah,
representing.
they said they could see one of the twins. That was it. Yeah. And Aaron Rodgers butt kisser, huh? Oh God, what? Who said Gamecocks? Nobody said. Oh, PSP and me got beef.
It's Braid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew it. I was coming after you, Braid.
Some beef. We got the beef.
Tampa.
But we don't really have beef because we always beat you guys. So there's no beef there.
Got him.
Yeah, he did slap that one back at you. So we were talking about sports, gaming, and relationships, and how that all works out. And usually, it works out best if your significant other likes sports too. It's gotta. I think it's a two-way street. I mean, in all reality, who's feeding my touching?
Not me.
Nobody's.
Or no.
It's a little girl that came in with punchline.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
punchline spirit. That's
No wonder why he's talking about Little Pete.
no, that's Pete, not that. That's punch. That's Pud.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I thought he was going in another direction with that Little Pete story.
No, his son is
My
Pete.
son is Pete, but
Pete's his
I have a
son.
ghost that of a girl that's behind me right
I'm
now.
sorry.
The ghost.
I
I was
know.
telling them about the ghost.
Mhm.
She's from the ring.
I always think very, very Chimo thoughts when he says
I
this. I'm trying to
know.
avoid the whole girl ghost behind him thing.
I know. It's kind of
Well,
creepy.
you know the curtains are moving, so. Devin, can you
Oh,
fix the
that's
curtain
right.
behind you?
Stop it. That's creepy, man. Jeez. All right. When we come back, we're going to talk to our gamers. We have gamers in the house. We have the Alliance of United Gamers. Is Alliance and United the same thing? Just checking. No, it's not.
Well, it's an alliance of United Gamers, so it's
Exactly.
it's United Gamers came together and created an alliance.
Together,
Oh.
united.
We throw you a curveball.
They united again?
To unite
Yeah.
other gamers.
United gamers in an
We're
alliance.
unified gamers uniting
Yeah,
other gamers.
That's what I said the first time when
Yeah.
Devin was all excited and came home. He's like, I made friends, Ma. I was like,
You know what? I believe that. I believe that.
and I said, who? And he says, oh, Gamers of United Alliance. And I was like, it's the same word.
The people,
Wow, D-man.
the people, the Palestinian People's Front.
I expect
It's
that.
a sorry, Monty
And-
Python.
You should disconnect this mic.
I know why I let him talk. I think it's funny sometimes.
Monty Python.
I like the Monkey Python. That's pretty funny. All right, the games are in the house. Gamers have friends. Gamers have healthy relationships. We're going to prove it to you next. And I want to say hi to everybody watching us on Facebook Live and also on the
Hey,
YouTube.
Stacy. I saw Stacy, one of the gamers.
There's a
peeps.
couple.
Yep, she just checked in right there.
No panicking. All right, we'll be right back. It's Connections.
You're listening to Connections on GapNet.net. My man's ED.
What do we have?
Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Well.
What happened?
Oh, quiet you. 21-17, Kansas City.
Oh. I thought something like deadly was going on.
Oh, I knew what it was.
What quarter is it?
I thought it was too. It was
I
like-
knew immediately what it was when he said that.
I figured his wife logged on. I figured his wife logged on.
Yeah.
I mean, it was either his wife or he stepped. Either that or Nahoda left something and he stepped in it. I wasn't sure what.
Man, definitely go check it out there. I mean, if y'all, want to do multitasking, have phone up, computer up, do it. That's all fine. You can see her beautiful face.
Oh, for God's sakes, Tommy, you don't hump
See my
anyone's
beautiful
legs.
face. You can see his beautiful face. Hey, you see her beautiful face. Everybody's here. You got
Decide
Digimon
here.
back there.
Chase!
I saw the
Stop, Bill.
saw the score. And I'm like,
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of need you guys to lose.
No. How much time we got before you?
Oh,
Couple
I don't
minutes.
know.
Rush through.
You got
What's up, man?
Talk to that Barbara.
That's
Say what's up.
We're having fun tonight. I hope you're enjoying yourself.
We having so much fun.
Hold on,
We having so much fun. Like, do it.
Do not hate.
So yo, I'm super excited.
Archie, stop.
Destiny 2's out. We're here.
Yeah, I said.
BTTC in the building.
Hey.
Gaming Specializes.
Come on,
Manic
come on, buddy.
Gaming.
Come on, baby. I know
Rain
you love me.
Dance, Rogue Lambda, man, we here, man. You guys are all here in spirit, man. We really appreciate all of you guys coming out and chill with us, man.
Mic in front of you, and then
Yep,
hit
yep.
David's
Thanks,
mic
Tommy.
just
Yeah.
about 2 inches.
Andrew.
Slide out to the left.
To the left.
To the
yeah.
left? Okay.
Yeah. That's how Devin, because he can move the mic in front of him.
Okay.
Yeah, I can do this right here.
There you go.
All right.
Thank you, David. I appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am.
What,
Absolutely.
you want to get in the pictures of just one tip? Archie,
I'm
shush.
afraid they're gonna forget what I look like.
I
So, yeah, man, I'm excited, man. I hope you guys are all having a fantastic night. I hope all of you guys are having a fantastic
And
night.
if y'all can, get those generators. So you plug your console into it. So when the power goes out, you still got time to load.
That's D-Man still right there. That's D-Man.
I'm making the dog bark.
Don't buggy. Come here, buddy.
You're freaking him out.
So, yeah, man.
I am scary. Everyone's at
We
work's
got a lot
like,
of
are
really
you
cool stuff
a
coming
mixture
you
of
guys,
Chewbacca
You know, like
and
our teammates are gonna be really happy.
I know.
Dude, can you slide down just a little bit? Just a little bit.
A little bit more? Yep.
There you go. Thank you.
Yes, man.
And I like see your French language.
Yeah.
Now, see, now punchline, you slide that way, so you got some more room.
Got some more room there.
Yeah.
There you go.
Now you gotta get up,
All
'cause you
right.
gotta let.
Hey, I gotta let Gary.
You gotta
He
let
was on that Destiny 2 though. See, that's what
Yeah,
I'm talking
so tell us
about.
about Destiny 2 before.
We will. We're gonna talk about it in a
We're
second.
gonna we're gonna go ham on this.
Yep.
We're gonna dive into it. We're gonna dive into
Who
it.
you gonna get?
Sit the fuck down. Are you kidding me right now?
Archie.
I gotta tell CD back in trouble by his mom. That was awesome.
Yeah, you sniffed me, but you're not so bad now.
Oh my goodness, low key, what's up, man? Thanks a lot for coming to come join us, man. There you go. Well, you know.
Andrew said he was all over Destiny 2. Ha ha ha. Yeah, well, not the stripper.
Oh.
Video game, yeah.
Not the street. Yeah, yo, Destiny is a very special individual. Very, very, very special.
It's Connections.
Oh, I've waited so long to hear you say that. What does it mean? Is it dirty?
And that, ladies and gentlemen, answers the question, why do we drink?
Oh, yeah. No? You do?
No.
No? How about? Welcome back to Connections. Papa was a rolling stone.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
Wherever he laid his handset was his home. It's a game of things.
I thought it was porn music again.
Oh, yeah. No. Who let the dogs out? It's just Archie whenever Devin moves around the studio.
Look, Devin, if you guys look on Facebook, Devin's sitting in the corner pouting. He's so mad at me right now.
That's because mommy told you to sit the
Sit
F
in
down.
the corner.
You yelled at me in front of my boys, man.
Yeah, they're in front of Melissa. What the hell? Yeah, no,
Bass in her voice than you had.
dude, she dropped it like it was hot.
I was like,
She
Why
did.
threw-
right there. That's
I
good.
threw
Right
the
The
F
bathroom
bomb
cry.
in.
She did. She tossed the F bomb in there just to make you sit down. Too. Sit the F down. He was like,
Did you see his
Oh, my
face when I
God.
did it? He's like,
mm.
he's like, I don't live at home no more. Why are you talking to me like that, bitch?
I know, right? He did look like he was going to say that, but then he also knew he was probably going to get the backhand. So.
Oh, come on!
Yeah, we're looking at it. Okay, so we've got the gamers with us today. That would be the Alliance of United Gamers. And gamers have friends. Gamers have healthy relationships. Gamers also have destiny, too. Yeah. Do tell us. I know some of the people listening on Facebook Live feed said that they've been playing it. So Destiny 2 was released a couple weeks ago.
Oh, it was actually released on Wednesday.
Oh, so it was just, oh no, a
This
couple
past
days
Wednesday.
ago. Okay, like
Yeah.
The
yesterday.
beta's been out for a while.
Yeah, okay. I was going to say, I know something's been out, but I've been seeing the commercials like, they've been just killing me.
Oh yeah, they've been marketing like.
What's the big crazy thing about Destiny 2? And why is it so much better than Destiny 1?
Or Destiny's Child.
No. Shh.
You suck. Well, right now, the biggest thing that I've noticed and I love is the change in the enemies. I mean, you still got some of the main attacks that most of the enemies have, but I mean, they look different. They're more.
Is he still pouting?
I think so.
No,
It kind of
no.
sounds like
I'm
it.
not
I'm
getting emotional.
I'm
here.
sorry, Devin. I'm sorry.
But they also brought back a lot of the new
What?
the new feeling of the enemies and storyline. Everything's been very impressed in my eyes.
That's
going
deep.
from Destiny 1 to Destiny 2.
Wow. So more killers, more things to kill, better plot lines. Is that what I got out of there?
Yeah.
Well, I heard one of them saying it was smooth. What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, I think the gameplay is smooth. I don't know how you took that one.
Yeah.
But-
I mean, are you saying that it doesn't glitch or it just
Yeah,
the
no,
storyline or?
The thing in my opinion, Destiny 2 is definitely a lot better than Destiny 1 because the gameplay is a lot smoother. You run through the levels and the missions a lot smoother. There's not much loading as in Destiny 1 where you would have key points in certain areas of the map where you would actually stand still for like about a good 30 seconds sometimes just standing there loading. They don't actually have this on this one.
Have you ever used AOL dial-up before?
Oh my
Yes.
God, bro. It's worse. Took 8
Just
hours
wondering
to
how
download
far
the
back
trailer
you
for-
went.
Yeah, man. It took 8 hours for the trailer of Episode 1 Star Wars to download.
Yeah.
Oh no. Jeez. Yeah, still
I
down.
don't know. I feel like for me, it's the weapon mechanics. I feel like the weapon mechanics are so much smoother. And when I say smoother, I mean like as far as aiming down your sights, the ridicule, as far as being able to hit a target. You know, it is a little bit easier, and then not to mention the story is so much more immersed now. Now you're officially playing the game, and you kind of feel like you're playing like a small mini Netflix series because in between each mission they give you like this nice cinematic of what else is going on behind the scenes while you're going through the mission.
Like cutaways or like
Yeah, like cutscenes.
Yeah,
Okay.
like cutscenes and things like that, man. Like it's such a beautiful game. You know, like definitely get it. If you don't have it, you don't have to officially play the first one in order to play the second one. That's another really good thing about it.
Okay.
You can actually just go ahead and jump into the second one and enjoy those game mechanics, and then play the first one and go, now I see what they were talking about.
Well, we got a bunch of gamers in here. They're united. As a matter of fact, they're Alliance of United Gamers. It's David, Sean, and Devin. And that's not their handle, though. I'm just telling you, the names Mama gave them. Question is it possible to be both a dedicated video game player and a well-adjusted adult?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, don't get me wrong. When Destiny 2 came out and it dropped,
Yeah, we're like children, right?
Yeah. I sure as hell was. I sure as hell was. you
I
know?
pre-warned Debbie. I was like, hey, expect this because this is what's going to go down.
Debbie's
Exactly,
the
yes.
And she's all like, wow. I said, no. I give you a month in advance. This is what's going to be going down.
Yes. Oh yeah. I told my wife and I was like, I might have to take that whole weekend off from you guys.
Right.
I want to play some Destiny 2. But sure enough, Irma decided to come through, so I guess I get my time.
Hey, all right.
As long as you set that expectation early.
Of course.
It's okay.
So a lot of people think though that gamers aren't social and that gaming actually isolates you more. And you guys have told us that that's not true at all. That's,
Oh yeah.
Even going way back with Call of Duty Black Ops and stuff, you know, when that came out and people standing in line waiting for the game. I mean, they're standing there talking and carrying on for hours while they wait for this thing to drop, you know. So
Exactly.
they have to be a little more than you know, they're not like you know, one of them people that hides in the closet plays the game all day. And, I mean, that's stereotypical. People
Yeah,
think that.
I mean, maybe that was the way it used to be, but now with all these social games that are on, you know, where you actually do it on a network and stuff,
Mhm.
you know.
I mean, about a third of the world's population probably playing video games right now.
Right, right. Okay, all
Well,
right.
that's how me, Jay, and Rabbit all started playing. We were actually playing Destiny 1, and I jumped into their party. And they were like, "Who are you?" And I was like, "Whoa, hold on. I just want to play with y'all so y'all see that I can,
I was worried.
you know,
I was worried.
I'm not just this weird kid. I can help you.
I've got other qualities.
I'm not stalking you at all.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you know, it makes you a little bit more social, you know, with even with people who don't play video games as well, you know, because then you get a chance to share your world with somebody who maybe doesn't have the opportunity to game. You know, and you let them know, like, hey man, you know, I don't know if you had a chance, you know, or maybe, hey, you know, come over to my house and come watch this. Or, you know, since we do stream it on AUG_gaming on Twitch, if you've never had an opportunity to come watch us game, come watch us game and, you know, come be a part of something.
Yeah, it's become a spectator sport. I actually don't mind sitting there and watching somebody, you know, do things, and I'm most of the time my jaw drops, so I could do that. But it's fun to watch, you know. And I guess, well, thing is, it's a lot of males that spend a lot of money. The most of the, I guess, a lot of the players are males. College students, though, not broke ass, you know, country bumpkins. They're actually educated people, and they spend supposedly only about $200 a year on video games.
You have to be able to get them at the right place at the right time.
Mhm. Yeah, it's
You
gonna
gotta
be-
look for them deals though.
Right. And then they
Or-
were saying they were only doing about an average of 20 and a half hours a week to playing games. I'm like,
Well, that's
somebody's lying.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's a bit
I
excessive
probably
right
at least
there.
play like
Okay,
4
got it.
hours a night.
I got a
You know?
question for you guys. Sports games.
Sports games.
Yeah, which one?
Not really a big fan of sports games. I'm sorry.
Is it because that multiplayer stuff?
I used to play Madden a lot until I just kind of dropped off because I like to play shooters better.
Okay.
I don't know. What about Devin?
Well, Melissa's seen. I mean, I'll pick up any kind of sports game and play it, but I gotta have a friend there playing with me,
Oh,
so
yeah.
I can be
Okay,
like,
yeah.
"Oh, you think you can do it?" No,
Yeah, like
no,
I
no, watch
play-
this.
I was
I
pretty
got
good at the
NBA
show.
Jam on my Xbox One that I occasionally play with Jay McDill over here.
Oh, yeah.
and we go ham on it and go crazy.
Oh,
so
yeah. It
we still
gets
have
real.
fun with it. You know, we'll pick it up, we'll learn it real quick, but it's not something I really dog down and get in.
What am the weird ass?
Yeah.
Like Braid says, he just played the new Friday the 13th game. It's really scary.
Oh yeah, I've heard that game.
Do you play those kind of theme games, man?
I watch Gaming in Pajamas
Like-
play it a lot, and whenever they play it, they have an awesome time with it.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
like
They're
they have
fun,
like this
right?
whole really cool setup where whoever's Jason officially can't be in the party chat, so you can't hear what everyone else is saying, and Jason has to go around and find everybody and destroy them.
That's
It's
hilarious.
So
Oh, that's
great.
cool. So even though games are time consuming, it doesn't make you antisocial. I get it. And the multiplayer design of a lot of games, like you were just saying, Devin, where you team up with other people and you were talking about, and you got common goals like get Jason or whatever. I mean, that's pretty damn sociable. That I mean,
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, I think gaming actually does help a little bit with your social skills.
social skills, gaming. All right. So there you go. Community driven, even. Oh,
Exactly.
all right. We're going to come back with hour number 2. It's Connections. They're right there.
JP Morgan is now holding a record 55 million ounces of silver. Goldman Sachs and HSBC recently purchased.
I'm sorry, Xbox 360. I had that Madden.
Is the battery not in that one?
Well, shit, that's like,
Oh,
me and Dad used to play NASCAR on the PlayStation.
I think as far as sports games go, I mean, it really just dogs down like. Yeah. Like fighting games I'll do. You know, like racing games I'll do. But
Scary.
sports like basketball, football. I think the last football game I picked up was NFL Blitz.
Jeez, NFL.
Dude,
Yeah,
that's.
I
I
love
like
that. To me, I feel like NFL Blitz is probably
Yeah,
one of the
that one.
greatest football games of all
Is it?
time. Oh my gosh, it was so great. Oh,
We have some Facebook.
Hi, Bill.
We have some Facebook listeners who are gamers, and I see we have a few that aren't. Hey, we always switch up the topics.
Yeah, we have to.
These boys donate their time, and they come in once a month to try to keep the gamers who are interested in it, up to date on what's coming up. So we appreciate you guys still sticking around, even though you're not a gamer. We still appreciate you guys.
yes.
Absolutely, man. Thank you all for coming on and checking us out.
All those EA Sports games.
Yeah, because if you're not a gamer, chances are your children are or will be.
Man, if you
Yes.
sit there and you play Candy Crush, you're a gamer.
You're a gamer.
Yeah.
If you play mobile games, you're a gamer.
Yeah.
You don't have I
Words
don't
with friends, man.
I don't believe that there's like this like a line where people draw like, are you a hardcore gamer or are you just a
Stacy
mobile
said
gamer?
she
You're a
got
gamer.
her plug in gaming in pajamas.
Yeah. You got it in.
Bill,
Got
what's
you.
tomorrow's topic? Bill wants to know. He's not really into the gaming
What's up,
thing.
everybody?
We're gonna split it up for you, Bill.
I hate. So whenever somebody you care about, you hate their boyfriend or girlfriend.
Oh yes, yeah.
We're back, man, on the Connection
Yeah,
Show.
it's about not getting along with your significant other's friends and such.
D-Man back there.
Or if like you're hanging out with some people and your wife is like, man, I really don't like you hanging out with those people. How do you deal with that? You dump your friends?
Thank you all for coming out.
That's
So
a tough one.
that's the topic for today.
Sit back and enjoy the ride, boys.
Welcome back. Look, Curtis Mayfield never hurt anybody. They want to know, AUG, what's it like when you live stream and game the game you're playing? I don't understand what that question is. What is it like when you live stream a game you are playing?
It's fun. It's awesome because we get a chance to entertain you guys as our audience.
And
You
what
we
was
like
that
to laugh
stream
and
again?
joke. Oh yeah, check us out on AUG_gaming, and that's going to be at Twitch.
Twitch.
Yes.
Yeah, Twitch.tv.
Joe
check us out.
Boy.
If you watch one of our shows, man, you'll definitely be entertained. That's for sure.
Now, Joe Boy is a PC gamer because he likes to have all the extra tricks, but he will not play against the people that are not playing on PC because he doesn't feel that's a level playing field. Yeah, I get it.
He was going off. He was also talking a little trash to you guys too.
Well, he says his wife gets along with all his friends because they're all gamers. Mwah.
Oh.
That's what he said. Like I said, really, you're a lucky man, bro. You're a lucky man,
I
Joe
enjoy
Boy.
PC gaming as
Well-
well. There's definitely a difference between the two. I mean, graphically and
has to be.
everything.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
no, definitely.
But also, you could do more.
You can do more. Yeah.
You can do a lot more.
You spin around the whole room. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I think he's right. He has an unfair advantage if he's going on PC and against somebody that's on like an Xbox or something like that.
Well, I mean, it depends because, like, for example, Gears of War 4 is cross. You can actually cross platforms on that one and play with PC gamers and Xbox One gamers as
Yes.
well at the same time. And it really bogs down to the controller at that point and your skill and the way your hand-eye coordination works.
Joseph said he's going to hold a small Hurricane LAN party for PC gamers starting on Friday night.
There you
And
go.
he's going to run it with two 17K generators until the storm goes away.
There you go. That's
All
what I'm
right.
talking
All
about.
right.
Shout out to him.
Woo! I like it. All right, we're going to take a quick break, catch up with our affiliates, and then come back and talk a little more gaming, a little more sports. Damn, Patriots better win.
It's better. It's 21-17 still.
Okay.
Anytime you guys take a loss, we're still a fan.
Ain't taking no loss. Stop it. Connection.
Ferris thinks Devin's got a treat.
24-21, Patriots.
Thank God.
Oh,
Thank
man,
you.
They're coming back. They're coming back.
Yeah.
Well, you know, we got, maybe you've seen the Super Bowl. Just saying.
That might
You
get
guys
weird.
see this for me? And on September 28th, Green Bay's playing Chicago, and it's on a Thursday.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, that's
So-
a W
yeah.
for you guys.
So you sit right next to me and show me them scores.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It'll help to sway your mood during the show.
Yeah.
We're gonna just see both sides. Yes, man.
Has anyone ever played Star Frontiers on?
Want the link again? I got you.
Star Frontiers. That's for the PC, right?
I got it.
PC Star
That
Frontiers?
PC?
Star Frontiers.
Yep.
Sounds like a role-playing game.
Yeah, it sounds like an MMORPG.
It does sound like an MMO.
How about Oregon Trail? Is that a
Yeah.
Wow.
You died in dysentery.
Wow.
I remember that game. I remember playing that.
That was
game.
horrible.
Oh my god.
Hey, y'all go, man. We here right now in the Connection Show
You-
streaming.
You all
So
become
everybody in the
cannibals.
crew.
I remember playing that game. I
I'm
remember
so
playing
mad
that.
at that
in-
game. I get so mad.
Yeah.
I remember
You got
playing that in
dysentery.
Conan. I remember playing Conan. We're in the World was Carmen San Diego.
Oh yeah.
All the Texas games were like go left, go
Yeah,
north.
I remember that.
Yeah, all. I remember playing those games. You see, I love gaming. That's
Yeah, my
Jeez.
game.
I don't know. When I first started out, I played Mega Burger.
All them emulators.
Oh
Yeah,
that
all
was
the
the way
RAM,
to go.
all the ROM.
You know what? Not for nothing, but Nintendo made the smartest move because they got mad because all of us gamers started to just get our own emulators.
Mm.
And they're like, well, we're just gonna make it into a Super Nintendo and sell it to you guys.
Yeah.
We'll only cap you at like 50 games, but the real PC guys will break that sucker open
My,
for like 80 games on it.
Oh yeah, you already know
My
somebody's gonna
daughter-
crack it.
My
Somebody's
daughter
gonna jailbreak that thing.
has the Genesis one.
Live from the Connections Studio Suites, it's Connections. Connections is relationship radio.
I once broke up with a girl for the stupidest of reasons.
Connections is relationship radio.
I broke up with her because she was a Yankees fan. We were at a pizza parlor in Boston, and she was talking to me, and we were talking about baseball because where we were wasn't too far from Fenway Park. And I said, "Oh yeah, the Red Sox are playing and da 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 tonight. And that's why it's so busy." And she said, "Oh, I think I'm a Yankees fan." And I got up and I walked out, and I never saw her again.
You didn't get up, punch her in the face, and then walk away.
Throat punch.
Just saying.
Throat punch is
Yes.
usually more effective.
I don't
She's
know.
not. It wasn't Rihanna or anything.
Beggars can't be choosy. I don't know.
Oh yeah, and
There
like
you go.
you're some
Thank you,
Chris
thank you,
Brown.
Fourth RP. Thank you.
Which reminds me earlier, yeah, that didn't you use your pimp hand to keep it strong on your son earlier?
Oh. He looks like he's recovered. He's good.
He's still got them red eyes from crying.
He's got post-traumatic stress disorder.
Well, it was funny because whenever I first was in radio and he went to the station with me the first time,
the cats?
I went to go introduce him to my best friend John Rossi. And John Rossi went to go shake his hand, and Devin did the flinch and hit the ground. He's like, "What do you do to your kids?" Like, I got that pimp hand.
Oh my God. Very nice.
It was the hairbrush. I was always scared of.
No
It wasn't the
wire
belt.
curtain, coat
It
hangers.
was the hairbrush.
Ever.
And it was always Brooke that always messed it up because she'd be like, "Ah."
I know. I heard. You know, I was talking to the kids, or Lizzie's kids earlier, and they were like, "Yeah, my mom never tucked me in bed. She stapled me in."
Well, I always had a
Seen
rule.
those tie downs
There
they
you
use
go.
on the big rig?
Like Christopher did in Mommy Dearest.
Yes.
Well, you know what's funny is that I hear like my friends and stuff all complain whenever they were having kids. Oh, I can't get my kid to sleep in his or her own bed, and I go,
Boogeyman.
I go, you teach your kid that the boogeyman lives under their bed, and the boogeyman knows if you really have to go pee or not, but he knows how long it takes you. So if you take too long, he's going to come out and he's going to get you and bring you back.
That is so awesomely traumatizing.
What is going on?
But it worked.
worked.
Mine of my kids never slept in my bed.
There you go.
Pretty good.
Oh, that is crazy.
My mom never ironed my shirts. She only did it while I was wearing them.
Really,
Your mom
Kate?
too? That's awesome.
No, it's the conversation I was having with her kids back there. I said they'd get in a cab, and the cab driver would say, "Where'd you want to go?" And she said, "Wherever I want to."
Oh my God.
I think that's pretty scary.
So look, we're talking about video games and relationships and sports and relationships, and it seems that video games are actually key in making friendships for a lot of boys. Yeah, believe that or not, American teens and boys in particular, video games are a major venue for the creation and maintenance of friendships. Seriously, 72% of all teens play video games on a computer, game console, or portable cell phone kind of a thing. Or a lot of them have access, of course, to a game console. And over the last 20 years, video games, internet technology, all that has shifted. So it eliminates the need to be in the same room and playing the game with a friend.
Well, it also states that it isn't just video games or computer games, but it's also cell phone, which was what David was saying, is that you're a gamer even if you're doing Candy Crush.
Mm-hmm. Or words with friends or any of that. That
Yeah.
makes you, to a degree, a gamer.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you can join up in clans and little,
Mhm.
formations and stuff.
Clans, really?
Yeah.
You got Clash of Clans.
You're right. Those people
Yeah,
that did that
you're right.
farm thing, they were clan. They're
Yeah.
very clannish.
It opens up a lot of dialogue between people. You know, like it brings them together to say, hey man, you know what? I'm gonna run a tank and I need you to be my healer. Fantastic. I've never met you. Just keep healing me so I can keep going in. Like, you know what I mean? It
Mhm.
opens up that dialogue for people who normally may have never decided to even talk with each
There
other.
was a cool commercial a couple of years back, like this guy who was giving he was walking around and he just gives some trolls to somebody that he didn't know. And then he's walking and getting his coffee and then he just gives some weapons to this guy he didn't know. Same idea,
Mhm.
where it's just like he wanted to be that guy. Hey, I might give you some
Yeah.
stuff. Hey,
Yeah.
I'm gonna hook you up and actually get an extra player.
Sounds like my son's gonna be this way.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
He's gonna be the man.
Well, he was just some kid said he was gonna lose his Xbox Live, so he got on Facebook and he's like, "Mom, could I get a Xbox Live, for a month?" And then everybody's going, "Oh, get it to him." And he said, "It's not for me." So then everybody's like,
Oh, that's awesome. That's
Well,
so awesome. Yeah, man.
Well,
You're doing
actu-
a great job, Pete.
So
well,
far,
actually,
so
did you
good.
know that teen gamers also play games with different types of people?
What do you mean? Perverts?
Yeah, like 75% of the
Pedophile?
teen gamers, teen gamers play with 89% of them play with people they actually know in person, and friends
Oh.
that they know online is about 54%.
Oh, I see what you mean.
And they also play with people that they don't know. So that about 52% of those teen gamers also play with people they don't know. So they're meeting new people, friendships, building and all that other good stuff.
Well, that's
Yes,
like
sir.
our teammate Aaron. You know, like he brought in Speedy, he brought in Killer. So I mean, Killer Wolf.
Yeah, we have a kid called Killer.
Yeah.
I didn't choose his.
Really
I
get
didn't
to
choose
know
his game
Killer. You have to know Killer's story.
There you go. There you go.
Stop. All right. Don't you just let you when everybody stops and lets him talk, it's the worst idea ever. Okay. I'm just like, I'm gonna take over. Yay. No. All right, so they
should know that quote.
9 in 10 boys who play games with others online. Oh wow, 9 in 10 boys say they play together with others on the internet as opposed to playing in person. So they do sit by themselves, but they're playing with everybody else out there. That is awesome. See, I thought y'all were just, sitting on the couch with your hand in your
Playing
pants.
with yourself.
Right.
No.
Yeah, well, it's like I was saying, more than half of the teens have made new friends online, and a third of them say that they met new friends or friends while playing video games.
Mm-hmm.
And the camaraderie. God, damn,
Camaraderie.
why am I not talking today? What's going on?
Camaraderie.
You're close to
Sitting
me.
next to punchline is screwing me up here. Anyway, the cum, because I can't finish the goddamn word. Seems to be really well. I mean, my son, he kind of searches for the camaraderie.
I thought we already did the segment of the sec.
I don't know.
And so
What about the trash talking though?
he likes that too. Yeah, when
that's
somebody
awesome.
when somebody trolls him,
Mhm.
because you get a lot of them. People that just out there just to mess up your your stuff. That
Everyone has
happens.
to be a villain.
His IQ drops about 30 points right then and there. All of a sudden, he's just like, "You dumb s! How could you do this?" And keep in mind, my kid doesn't swear. He's never, at school, never.
Neither's
It's
mine.
never happened. But when that game turns on and somebody starts trolling him, I hear it from the room. He knows he knows that's his time.
He becomes the Incredible Hulk. At that
Yeah,
time. That's what
he's
it is
just
right
like,
there,
you
man.
stupid
He's
ass.
officially Neo. He's in the Matrix at that
Yeah,
point.
man,
You
you
know?
can't disturb him. Don't unplug him. Don't unplug him.
Gets me though is this is like a worldwide. This is international. I mean, someone could trash talk you in Korean. You wouldn't even know it.
You're right.
It happens.
You're right. And then at that point, I just officially let my gameplay do all the talking, and I send him a nice little message.
Yeah,
Shut him down.
And I tell him, here you go, Google Translate this.
I mean, I've heard my son talk to people that had lower voices than me. You know, they'd be like, you know, don't be talking crap to me, boy. You know, and I'm like, oh my God, who is he talking to in there? And he's like, you know, screw you, man. And I'm like, what's
Speaking
going
of
on?
which, Little Pete wants to be in the AUG. So.
Yeah, he's.
See, that's
how's his
man.
montage coming along?
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh,
know.
he's working on all that stuff. He's just kind of waiting for Dad. He keeps on saying, "Did you talk to Lizzie yet? Did you talk to Lizzie yet? Did you talk to Lizzie yet?" And I'm like, man, just be patient. Be patient.
That is so awesome.
I said they're looking
So
for
humble about that.
they're looking for people that are younger, but they're trying to organize this and give them time.
Yes.
Oh, someone just said it's not trash talking; it's strategizing.
Yes, because at that point, once you
Strategic
can
talking, there you go.
once you can get into their head and you know for sure they're starting to, they're aiming directly down at you, but they can't hit you. That's how you know for sure you got them. That's
Oh.
whenever your kill streak goes up at that point.
All right, I
Yeah.
see.
Or you just sit by the respawn point and you just
and spawn kill.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, your KD will be really high at that point.
Yes.
What is the LOR edition? What's that mean?
LOR edition.
Risk. Oh,
Lord
Risk.
of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings. That's it. I got it. Okay. Lord of the Rings. That's a game.
Yeah, they got quite a few. Actually, one just came out not too long ago. Actually, as a matter of
Farts
fact,
are
right?
funny. I made a fart noise. Lizzie's over there laughing. You guys.
I giggled too because I just pictured the Hobbit doing it.
Yeah.
Hold that ring. Wait a second.
Ooh, my precious smells.
Yeah, the precious.
Oh, you guys.
Precious.
My precious.
How I like to chew your sillies.
You guys. All right, now we have to play the devil's advocate when we come back a little bit. I understand that some video games link to poor relationships with friends and family.
Yes.
Oh, I can't wait to
I've
get into
seen
this.
I've seen this happen.
Oh, I
Does
can't
happen.
wait.
All right. We come back, we're going to play Stick Figures, Pimps and Whores. Remember that?
Yeah.
That was one of my favorites. Okay, it's Connections.
Seems my daddy and his daddy moved forward. You hardly ever saw grand.
This is Connections, broadcasting live every night at 10 Eastern. Connections is Relationship Radio.
My man's ED is destroying our sex life. I know just how you two must feel. But Bob and I went to stagesoflife.net, and Dr. Dave Klein has saved our marriage. Try Stud Mix.
By reducing the degradation of testosterone to estradiol and DHT, testosterone levels go up, estrogen levels go down, and things improve in your bedroom.
It takes a couple of weeks to get things going, but now my man is back better than ever.
Stud Mix is an intelligent approach giving you that boost that most men need.
Go to stagesoflife.net.
Do I want to go see where the store is?
What'd you say?
Do I really want to go see where the store
She just told you that. Go ahead.
Yeah, they have a little dot on you with the football. Yeah.
I could just look on my gaming thing, but I'm not.
I got YouTube playing.
But,
That's
you
what
actually
I was doing. I was
didn't know?
plugging in to make sure we get everything as you're switching was still perfect.
A little trick that
Everything works.
Senior David
Hear
Gill
it,
over here.
right? Did you check?
Everything's switching over to the music, no
Oh,
music,
good.
live mic, no mic.
Nice. That'll save us some stuff on it.
Everybody. I guess we're cussing out their best friends. They're being on the mic.
Yeah, that was kind of funny. Lord of the Rings is too long. Should be a Matrix version of Risk.
Hey, Bray, don't get mad at me about the whole Tampa thing, all right?
Yeah, it's not like your shirt. What's
that
it?
Jay McDill or David
Uh-huh.
showed me was Epic Gamer. Is an app on the phone that actually keeps you up to date on all video game stuff.
Yup.
Like in the industry, period.
Yes. Cool. Yes. And you have access to every console, every system, every PC, any type of game
PC,
developers.
yes.
They all put all their
Mobile gaming,
information over there.
everything.
Yeah.
27-21 Patriots.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
So there you go. It's good for your kicker too.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, when do we find out if we're doing
Yeah.
good or not? When's the
Yeah.
This is
Do you have the app on your phone
players.
now?
Yes.
Did you optimize it like it probably told you to optimize when you opened it up, your team?
Somebody skipped a step. Somebody skipped a step.
If your team is playing today, somebody from New England or somebody from Kansas, you will be getting points today.
You want to go? Oh, what's up, man? What's going on? I'm so sorry. I didn't even see you guys. What's up, y'all? Yeah.
6-1.
You know.
Everybody checking their fantasy
Yeah.
points.
Fantasy points.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Everybody checking their fantasy points. Fantasy points.
No, you don't need to. You're right. I mean,
For our,
I can't do fantasy because I end up forgetting to take somebody out, pull somebody else back in. I'll start playing another game.
Yeah, that's
good.
that's honestly why I don't even.
He was expecting to get
Don't
some.
even get myself.
I feel like fantasy is way too close to real life at that point, and I actually decided to put real life down for me so I can play games.
Yeah, I actually didn't even like. I forget why I didn't.
Oh man, what's up?
actually?
Hold on, wait a minute, Kim. Yo, we
I
just
was
put
like
you
doing
on live
different
radio. You
things. They had
cannot be
few
sad
things.
right now. And we talking about you play Friday the 13th. You cannot be
Yeah.
Great
Demon
said,
got shook
we're planning to meet up for the Bucks Packers game. You bring the wings, I'll bring the wings.
Yes.
Sounds good, man.
I said I was sorry.
She said she was sorry.
You realize how close you're sitting next to me?
This is Connections. Broadcasting live every night at 10 Eastern.
You know, you leave now and you're gonna get an F. This is connection.
Well, Marshall Tucker Band, why not, right?
Yeah.
1973.
Really?
Yeah.
This year I was born. I remember this song very well. I was rocking it out in the womb.
In the womb.
That's it. I had my lighter.
Oh, man.
Lit.
You could burn the coochie up that way. Just saying.
Well, I couldn't see. It was dark in there.
All right.
Look at the light, Caroline.
All right. Welcome back to Connections. Oh my God, there's a punchline again. What are we doing? You know, last night we did we had a game without you. You weren't here. I know you did it without him. So video games can be linked to poor relationships with friends and family. According to Brigham Young University, a study came out says young adults using video games leads to poorer relationships with friends and family. And the student co-author was very disappointed at his findings. He was like, I did not plan that. I was hoping to show that it was good. But apparently, as the amount of time playing video games went up, quality of relationships with friends and parents went down. That's not good. Maybe it's because the young adults are removing themselves from important social settings to play those video games.
Yes,
Yeah.
this is happening.
Yes.
Okay, I have a 18-year-old nephew. He is an extremely sweet kid, very nice kid. But he's super quiet, and he lived with us for a few years recently. He'd sit in the room for 3 hours, and he'd just look down and wouldn't talk much. But late at night, he goes in his room and plays his games, and apparently he's very social, very talkative there, and does his thing. In the morning, comes back out, same quiet kid. He, I'm afraid he's kind of stuck like this. I don't see any improvement. I tried to help him get his license. He got in my car. I tried to teach him how to drive.
Right.
He didn't want no part of it.
It's almost like the actual eye face to face is something that he has a problem with.
Yeah.
Versus online, and it's separate where he doesn't see those people judging them. They can throw whatever they want at him, and he can tolerate that. But it's almost like he can't handle that.
Well,
direct
that might be a
interaction.
form of Asperger's or autism.
Yeah.
Like I said, spectrum.
Yeah, on the spectrum. No, not spectrum. I hate them.
You too.
God, they are so bad.
Yeah, he's man pretty like me, so I don't know why he's looking down.
Because he's
There you
checking
go.
out that mail sack, boy.
Look what I'm packing on there.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, I got a sack.
Yeah,
I don't know. You know what, though? Like,
Definitely a sack.
I feel like sometimes, whenever you get yourself fully immersed in these video game worlds, that right there officially becomes your first official go-to for a conversation. You really want to share that with people. And most of the time, some people that you're getting ready to share it with, they go, I don't care about any stuff you're talking about right now. Like, I want to talk about, I don't know, the football game that's going on. But to him, he's not worried about the football game. He's worried about getting ready to dive into his video game and play with his friends in his world and have his type of conversations. And sometimes it could become a disconnect that way because
Sure, if all you want to talk about is games.
yeah, or maybe the other person doesn't really want to talk about games, so they don't officially try to get to know that person in their world as well.
Well, I think that's a very good point.
Yeah, I think a lot of people that have that sort of issue where they don't communicate too much person to person, but more so on the video game, maybe are just afraid of being judged or something. I don't know. It could be a possibility because that's how I was with my father. I had that sort of relationship with my dad. I didn't really want to talk anything that I was doing, and I wasn't interested in anything he did. But we had that disconnect because he was so judgmental towards me.
Yeah, and I grew up in the era where everybody was like, video games make you stupid. Like, wow,
Yes.
like why would you sit there and play video games all day? And exactly, yeah, they fry your brains and they make you want to go out and kill people. And I turned out extremely normal.
When I
So
was a kid, I just played like Dungeons and Dragons and worshiped Satan. So
Yeah.
I actually like hearing that line when people are like, "Oh man, you're gonna go out and kill people now because you play violent games." Well, what did Adolf Hitler have?
Yeah.
oh, what was his excuse?
Pong.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Nah, I think I'm still too old for it.
No. All right. The study that was done at Brigham Young also showed a couple of other things. And they found a lot of stuff that was clustered around video game use as negative. Like these studies showed that more young adults play video games, the more frequent their involvement in risky behaviors like drinking or drug abuse.
Worshiping
Is that true? Young adults playing video games reportedly smoke pot twice as often as occasional players, 3 times as much as people who never play games.
And that's a bad thing.
Yeah,
I don't know about all that. I have a friend that don't play video games and he smokes pot like never.
Like it's a chimney, right?
Yeah,
Like it's
I mean,
required.
those are their like life choices.
Yeah,
like
at that
I can't really pin life choices on the fact that I decided to be a gamer.
Well, I remember when I did play games, and stuff like that. It would be a lot more fun if I was high at the time.
Oregon
But just
Trail.
about everything you do is more
Little
fun,
more
when
fun.
you're
I like the occasional couple shots before I get on Destiny and hang out with my friends, but that's also drinking responsibly. I'm at my house, and if I
course,
pass
of
out,
course.
I'm on my couch.
Right.
Okay, yeah, of course.
Now, this was actually more based toward teenagers, but they also said that young women's self-worth, how they felt about themselves, was low if they spent more time playing video games.
Son of a bitch.
Why is that? Why would that? Why?
Oh no, the Chiefs are ahead 28 to 27.
No, son of a bitch.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I would think that the self-worth would come just like, but I don't know so much it has to just do with video games. I mean, look at the magazines. I mean, you got people like Kim Kardashian who's like making her body completely perfect, and so are her sisters. So that's what the girls are staring at while they're playing, is they're building their perfect body to play against people. So I could see where that kind of would, mess with the whole thought process and the self-esteem, because you don't look like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have your
Yeah,
sort
you're
of fantasy avatar that you use.
Exactly. Yes.
Melissa gave me this Cosmo magazine a couple days ago, so I could do a little research. And I've been after reading that for a couple days. I've been on a diet since. That magazine's poison.
Shameful. So when we come back, we're going to find out that gamers, if they pull themselves away from the video game, are actually really good in the sack.
Wow.
That's what I heard. We're going to explore that next on Connections.
Let's go. So but it's the beginning of the fourth quarter, so
Yeah, there's plenty of time in this game.
Yes.
Don't you?
I'm sorry. I'm just,
Hey,
we're AFC, so
That is very
Yeah,
true.
and I've already heard the 16 and 0 rumor with New England. People already thrown that out there.
I wouldn't do that.
That's
Absolutely.
true.
Well,
Society is.
you never bet against
Everybody's
Brady
so
anymore.
smart.
Oh,
But
You know what? Yeah.
reality TV,
Oh,
the
yeah.
whole. I mean, but even before then, there was always the Cosmo magazines
Yeah, the
or
magazine.
Playboy or whatever, and you're always comparing yourself to that.
You know what though? Shame on society for making that the new standard. You know, for allowing these people to go in and get Botox like in every other couple.
But you know what it is?
But
At
that time,
it's also shame on
Yeah, I
the
know.
people making the decision to want to be just like
old
But
Be
here's,
yourself.
but here's where you guys have an opportunity.
Shoot
You have
vodka
a
in a
daughter
leglock,
or a
you know?
niece or a female that's younger than you that looks up to you or around you. You don't be gaming and be like, oh yeah, she's hot, or you don't glorify those situations around the girls. You make sure, even if they're in the other room, they can still hear you. So you always glorify them and versus and lift them up. So that's
And,
what
in my opinion, I mean, if you're gonna have people around,
We're up from
like
Massachusetts.
females or even your daughter or nieces or whatever, I
But
recommend
I've
just
never
waiting
revealed.
to.
Right.
Rightfully,
Like, I got my daughter, she's always,
Yeah, right.
she wants to be all up in
Safety
the action, wants to know what's going on, and she's 7 years old. And I don't play video games like that, especially like Grand Theft Auto 5 and everything.
Yeah,
I don't play that until like after like 9:30.
Yeah.
And I know for sure they're knocked out.
Yeah.
They're like gone.
Sneak around or peek around.
And I play in my room, so
Yeah.
I can. There's only one way in.
See, I think that was one of the things that Sydney worked really hard on, along with me and Brooke, and that's why she has such great self-esteem. Like we had an online guy tear her apart this week, calling her a heifer and
Catherine's
everything.
watching?
And we're sitting here laughing. They're getting mad, and I'm like, no, it's okay, really, it's hysterical to us because one, we've heard it all the time. However, Brooke is just so secure in her whole situation that she's just like, meh.
She's like,
Yeah.
The mother hen came out on me.
I
and
know,
I'm
it was
like,
so
I start looking on her. Who's this
Pete's
bitch?
research on that.
I'm calling right now.
I'll find him right now.
I'm still sending them emails.
Alright.
Yeah, there you go. There you
I
go.
just sent you spam for
Yes.
you.
The two mother hens here,
Yeah,
boy, they
I know
just
somebody
spun around
like
to that
that, yeah.
camera and they're like, fuck
You have no picture? What? You have no picture?
And I'm the mom, and then Melissa's reading out, what? You need to haul her out of here in a bulldozer. I'm like, oh my god, that's so funny. Melissa looks at me like, that's your kid. I'm like, no, this shit's funny.
Yeah, you know, because
No, we know.
virtually, man, like
Like right now in front of you though, it's funny, but later on, watch.
No. I knew that what I would set it up that way because I was like, if they're not secure in who they are, these are not. I don't know these people that.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's how we roll.
So basically, raise your females up to be strong and not care what other people think. You know, be real with them. Teach them that they are beautiful. That don't matter what size they are, they're beautiful on the inside.
Right.
That's what matters, and then it shows on the outside.
Figure out whose
Because
face that is. Is that Kate?
with all due respect, Kim Kardashian, I think is a great
It's,
person. I don't know her personally,
stupid,
but just from what I've
ridiculous.
seen on social media, Tasha's kind of ugly. So.
Stupid.
I don't know why they ran that damn play.
Okay,
Hi, son. I know you're excited about the show, seeing the AUG.
Yes.
Having fun.
Got a mind in the house.
It's the only show.
What does it mean? Is it dirty?
And that, ladies and gentlemen, answers the question, why do we drink?
Oh, rest in peace, Walter Beckett. Yeah. One of the guys that founded Steely Dan. Little love. By the way, those of you wondering why we're not talking about Hurricane Irma,
Because we're over it.
Irma, she's coming. I mean, it's inevitable.
yeah, it was just going to be a
We're
lot
already
of
partying.
lot
We're
of
gonna have fun
rain
anyway.
Rain and wind.
and wind.
Irma's a girl.
Mhm.
Yeah.
How do
Yeah.
you know?
Irma.
Irma.
You just assume because it
I
sounds like a
assumed it's
female.
gender. Yes, exactly.
You know what they say about assuming
Oh,
punchline?
There's my line right there. Whenever you assume, that's when you make out of yourself.
We got the gamers with us tonight. The Alliance of United gamers in the house. Devin,
sir.
David, and Sean.
Yeah, do your shout outs. Like, in other words, say your name.
You want Sean? You want? Oh no. Okay.
Game
Okay.
name,
So this
yo.
is Sean, aka Crazy Rabbit.
Yo, what's going on? This your man Jay McDill, aka D Marshall.
Yo, this is Devin, always known as D-Man. Steel.
Also known as sit the F down.
Not more like,
Also,
I'm out.
Every single time that you log on officially on Xbox, that's going to be the first thing I say to you. Every
Really?
single time. Like D-Man, sit the
Actually,
F
Hey,
down.
it's all good. Whenever you need me, just remember where I'll be. See ya.
Yeah, okay. I'm holding my breath on that one.
I actually game with a dude. His name is I Forgot My Balls.
Yeah.
Unpaid bills.
What?
That was Powers. name.
Oh yeah, yo.
Yeah. Unpaid bills was his gamer tag.
Yeah, yo. One of our streamers, his original gamer tag was unpaid bills, and then once he officially got his first job, then he changed it to I have powers.
All right, look, in case you were not aware of this, there are a lot of benefits to being a gamer and some benefits to sleeping with gamers as well.
You know it.
Apparently, when it comes to the bedroom, it's hard to find someone who can do the job right.
They know how to work the joystick.
Exactly.
We have
That's
extra
why
lives.
the video game world's received a lot of attention recently. Everyone's looking for his or her perfect partner, and what better way to find them than to search through the untapped resource of the gaming universe?
Yes.
There's probably more gaming research than gamers' bedroom capabilities. Probably a little more to it, but not as interesting. So, one thing is, of course, with gamers, they're playful. You guys are playful.
Yes, we are.
Gamers are kind of a playful bunch. Your escapades, yeah, a
I
little.
like to find that side quest.
Like side boob.
I gotta follow the path. Follow the path.
Ooh, yeah, no, they like escapades though. Gamers, don't you?
Yes, we do.
So, if you're looking for someone with a sense of humor and knows how to have a good time, you will find that in a gamer.
In a gamer.
Game, baby. If the word game, yeah. If you can't find fun time with a dude, no, yeah. They have good eye-hand coordination.
Yeah,
Sure do.
absolutely.
Mhm.
So good at Pac-Man.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not sure what eye-hand coordination is, it's enough to coordinate your muscles, what you're seeing and or doing without having to necessarily look. Sort of like riding a bike. So how does that help in the bedroom? Come on, really?
They can use their hands and their tongue at the same time.
At the same
Eye
time.
contact. This is a man who knows what to do and how to do it so well he don't even have to look.
I don't even have to use the A
Really?
and the B button. I just hit them all at the same time.
I'm serious.
There you go.
Now, it's good for non-gamers too, but they're just not as quick learning tasks, you know. And there you go. And they don't do it as well. But sorry to you non-gamers. Just saying, try playing a video game.
And
once
they
in a
always
while.
go for the bonus round.
Always. We always try to get the extra life.
Gotta get that XP, baby. We already know.
Always go for the extra life. Man.
Get them points at the end.
Ah, you got me
Fill the heart tank.
They actually make a relationship better.
Gamers are better lovers
it keeps your mind sharp.
because they can multitask.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
you
they
know
keep
it.
your mind sharp.
I mean, I do have two hands.
Look,
There you go.
the history of playing video games shows that a lot of people get improved ability to engage in multiple tasks at the same time. So hopefully you can get creative with this in the bedroom too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my gamer tag is tripod.
That's
They don't call me a Crazy Rabbit for nothing.
There you go.
You got 4 kids.
I mean,
Breathing
it's
like
that
a rabbit, right?
Exactly.
But with regard to multitasking, let's talk about handling a joystick or that keeping focus on your target, monitoring your fuel levels, making sure you got ammo, responding to lights on the instrument panel, if you will. For those of you with a dirty mind, you have no problem seeing how that'll work out, if you know what I'm saying, right? Go
Yes,
gamers!
sir.
Yeah. It does boost your brain power. You said that right, Mr. Punchline?
Yeah, it keeps your mind sharp.
Yes, well, sex keeps your mind sharp too. But if you're constantly making quick decisions all throughout the game, think about how quickly you got to do these things. I mean, you're talking about 30 seconds sometimes where you were just sitting in the old Destiny game, and you're like, man, what do I do? What do I do? But when these real fast-paced ones, man, I mean, you guys are making pressure situation decisions. You're like, boom. Granted, real life doesn't have extra lives, but you know, you can't argue that quick decision stuff will definitely help out in the bedroom.
Oh yeah, absolutely,
Mhm.
absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Because if you ever see your your significant other going downhill, you might as well just do something else.
Yeah, reload. Hello.
There you go.
Get the shotgun back out.
Secondary weapon.
Gamers are very good with their hands. Obviously, the implications of playing video games is that your handiness. You can basically you've seen them video game controller lately. I mean, these buttons are in awkward places. So good gamers are very good with their fingers because you have to be. You don't have a choice.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's either that or the other man's gonna kill you.
Now, I'm not saying that
Exactly.
you should
Feet.
compare lady parts directly to a video game controller. Probably shouldn't do that. But there is some level of skill.
You have to use the fire button.
Well, I mean, we still gotta push your button somehow.
That's right. That's right. Little magic touch. And gamers, you got a head start in that department because of all the lovely little, action, just up and down and combination. And you love technology.
Yeah, this is my
the Xbox
favorite
controller
one.
alone has like what 12 buttons on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got
And
right
two
1,
joysticks.
2, 3,
Exactly.
and all that mess,
Yeah,
man.
2
Mortal
joysticks and a
Kombat.
D-pad.
It's like
Yeah,
56,000 combinations you can do
Yeah.
with those many buttons.
Oh, man.
Because
Fighting
you have 360 degree on the analog, so on one hand you have to make sure that you're learning how to go left and right. On the other hand, you have to be turning around all the time.
Joe Boy's listening online. He says an old title of a Compute magazine. It was an article that said the human hand was designed to hold a joystick. Okay.
I was really good with the joystick.
Oh yeah, that's how we started gaming.
How about the fantasy factor? I mean, that's got to translate between gamers and then into the bedroom. Y'all like the fantasy, right?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It does spice things up a little bit.
Maybe the medieval fantasy or the simulation stuff or even sports. Bottom line is, y'all are feeding your imagination. And you can channel that into a video game, but you can also channel that into the bedtime.
Yeah. That's whenever you ask her to dress up as your favorite character on the video game. She's like, really? You're like, yeah.
Yeah, that's my hot avatar, baby. You got
there you go.
And unlike football fans, man, we don't get caught with any domestic violence, man.
That's
exactly.
Take it out in another way.
Exactly.
Rihanna.
Man, by the way, earlier, Porn Star Pete was displaying his mail sack, and we were not encouraging anything negative like hitting the bitch. Oh, say it.
He's like, damn it, that guy killed me 12 times.
Take her to the elevator.
Oh God. Okay, what do we got? Remember Sage Prudence? She's back on our Facebook feed. She says, if gaming increases intelligence, y'all need to step up your gaming.
Okay. Dun.
Hey Sage, where's that picture I've been asking you for? You still afraid to send that thing?
How are you?
Stopping by and congratulating Pedro and adding some color to the show. Well, thank you. Isn't that nice of you? You have no idea. Came in and left without a warning.
You know what Sage is?
A prostitute.
C with D.
Oh, is it a C with a D?
Yeah.
Chick with dick. She doesn't know if he can say that. You can say that.
Chicks with dicks.
Thank you. All right. You feel? I know he feels better. So a gamer's also easy to adjust to your needs. Okay. Mental flexibility. It can rapidly change between tasks, even if there are conflicting demands. Okay. And they make less errors when they're doing it. So how many times has a woman changed her mind? You know what I mean?
No.
A lot.
Well, you'd be surprised.
Oh, you're all married, so you're gonna say never. No, I hope.
Oh no.
I'll
Be
be
honest.
honest in one night.
Yeah, exactly. And it could be in an instant. I'm talking like a nanosecond.
Yeah, exactly. Many times a woman just changes her mind. And see where this is going, right? Funky time between the sheets could be an art sometimes because things are constantly changing. Every time's a little bit different. So if you manage to keep up between these requests, you channel the gamer in yourself, you're set.
You're all good.
Yeah.
Definitely a benefit to it.
And finally, the number one reason, at least that we know, the gamers are actually fantastic in the bed is they don't stop until they win. Yeah.
And at the end, we say legendary.
Yes. That might just be you.
Level up.
I win.
Yes. Level up.
So perseverance is it's a prerequisite for you guys. I mean, you're gamers, so you're naturally competitive. Your success in the game is directly based on your ability to learn from the mistakes that you make, go back and keep playing until you win.
Driven, definitely.
Yeah.
They love experience points.
All
Oh,
day.
yeah.
And
Power ups too.
whether you are a man or a woman, pleasing a woman is no easy thing. All right, every bitch is different. While they all are being different, what they want changes depending on their mood and
Oh yeah,
It's
I've seen it all. I've been together with my wife for 13 years. I've seen it all.
Wow.
Yeah. Been a gamer for 28.
But see, this is troubling sometimes. One trouble because gamers have another win in their pocket. You see what I'm saying? Every time they learn from their mistakes, they persevere. The lucky gal they play with will never experience an unfinished race. You see?
There you go.
Yeah. So, very good reasons on why you should hook up with a gamer.
We always get up on that save point, man.
Get
yourself a gamer.
Okay, see the Dragonborn quests, defeating enemies, dragons quests, vampires, building estates. It's great. What game was that called? The Dragonborn. Anyone?
Sounds like an advertisement.
I've never
Yeah,
actually played
it's based off of the.
Yeah, let's just all stop while you think about it.
Yeah, based on.
We're now going to commercial break now.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, we're going to take a quick break here. Come back with our Artist of the Week, Seven Sins. And the news thing, we got AUG with us. Capon really wants to join this group, man.
I know he's persistent.
Get your fight montage together. You can do it.
No, you might not.
It's connection.
We will put it out.
Yeah.
This is Connections. Broadcasting live every night at 10 Eastern. Connections is Relationship Radio.
Everybody's thinking like, quick reflexes. We can't look bad right now. Everybody has to have quick reflexes. We just got done talking about this.
Yeah. That'll be tough.
Somebody just might say something like, you know, we'll change it later.
Just make something up.
So listen, right?
That's not true. Yeah, Braid said female porn stars are very easy to please. Bullshit.
I know, right? They're paid.
That's that sausage in that hallway for thing, man.
Yeah, right.
See, that's that extra
that finger
right there.
on
That's that extra finger right there. So
So
next month, we should be coming in with hats for you guys.
Oh, cool. A little merc.
Yeah, you know, like weird merc. We
Merc.
have our logo digitized. We have hats coming, so you know, little boy saw Peter have a chance to get his AUG hat, man.
Awesome. It is
That would be
AUG
really awesome.
on.
Hear that? I don't know
Yeah.
if you're still on, but I'm checking.
You're in the hat, bro. We're getting a hat for you. We're gonna get you an AUG hat, man, so you can rock it at school.
Yeah.
Show your friends. Be like, look at this. Yeah. It's like here's a one of one because it was for me.
Oh.
We're trying to get our apparel up, so
That's good.
we're really excited about that.
Very good. Very good, boys. Very good.
What's going on?
That's funny when I called Sage a transvestite or transsexual or whatever.
So disappeared.
Oh no! You see, diazepam.
Just
Man.
dropped
You think I'm
yourself,
kidding?
man.
You think I'm
Butterfingers over
kidding?
there.
I got that in the other room there. Let's make us fun of them shaky people again.
I got glue on my
I think I got paroxetine.
Is it glue or something else?
Wow.
Well, it might be something else, but
I didn't shake
not,
that hand.
not a joystick.
I did
Not
not
a
shake that hand.
I picked it up and like slipped out of
It's okay.
the hand.
Yeah.
It's not because of the meth. I mean, really, it is.
It's like I'm not twitching.
The meth played no role in that.
You obviously didn't play enough video games with that.
See that?
Yeah.
Exactly. There you
Yeah.
go. There you go.
I'm not gonna front.
I
I go
need
through
to
withdrawals
play.
myself when I don't play video games.
Man,
I need to play. I haven't
Stop.
played it in like so long.
That is real.
Like years.
Dude, it's like
Wait,
quit
have you been
smoking.
playing on your phone?
Nothing.
You don't have any games
no.
on your phone?
Oh,
man.
Fantasy football does not count.
He listens to audiobooks and shit. I don't know what's wrong.
Yeah.
Hey,
He's very, very whipped. I thought you knew that.
No, it's not even that.
No.
It's not a lot.
So he turns into Christopher Walken every
No.
once in a while.
No.
Oh.
I didn't notice
Yeah.
That's
Oh.
funny, man.
Nobody's playing the video games. That's the thing.
Oh, see, man, somebody, at least one person in the house has to be able to play video games. I feel like that right there is what sets that, like, it kind of helps the household as a whole. You know what I mean? Because one person is officially not going to be bothered by the things that happens in the world because they're able to jack into the matrix and then come out of it and go, yo, you know, so how was your day? You okay? You're all mad.
I'm good.
You're like, well,
How's it that you're so happy? It's like, man, you
Yeah.
guys showed up. You know,
I just killed all these people.
That's
Like,
you.
I didn't
Yeah.
leave here when
Yeah.
What? Huh? Yeah, it's all good.
Exactly. Yo, he's
Like,
like,
what
there's
was
a
a car
hurricane
accident in
coming?
our front yard?
Like, no way.
No.
I was playing the game for like 30 minutes.
And then Devin's dad goes, boy. And he's like, what?
Like, yo, half of the house got blown away, man. Like, really?
You sitting there with no name.
Objection, move to strike.
Time now for our Sexy Artist of the Week on Connections.
That was the lamest way. Now that was cool. Oh, you got one little fidget spinner.
Oh, and it lights up.
Now there was a book that came out. I saw it in the supermarket. 50 games you can play with spinners. What the hell?
Yeah, look, man, you can change the patterns of it.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah,
trippy, dude.
it's awesome.
In the stream, you look like you're holding board.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you put it on your balls, no, just kidding.
Hey!
Welcome to the new site.
It's
The spinner set.
I think I had a story about that. Remember the guy that sharpened the edges of the spinner and then spun it and ended up cutting into his man meat? Yeah, he sharpened all three of the edges on this thing, or jammed blades.
I think they
into it.
tried to crossbreed it with a a Chinese star.
Yeah, like
a
the
fidget
ninja
spinner.
star. And they put blades on the end, all three, and then he spun it and it caught out of his hand and cut him right in the dick.
If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, well, it's broke now.
Don't fix it.
Seven Sins is our band of the week. Sexy artist, courtesy of the Queen of the Sea, and she's hooking us up. These guys are out of Miami. They are Latin metal.
Wow.
Yeah. Latin metal. And here's a little taste for
It's
you.
my favorite song by them.
I
coming
can't
up.
pronounce it.
Well, it means alchemist, but it's written
It's
in
in Russian. Yeah. Okay, this is Seven Sins.
I had to look it up.
Cool video. That's got video game soundtrack written all over it.
What were you guys just saying?
That's
boss
fight
fight
music.
Yeah.
I love it, man. Oh, please send that to me.
It's pretty good stuff, right? Seven Sins. Oh, no. No. That's not the game final, is it?
No, still time.
Okay. Hold on. Who said that? You did. Oh, I'm going to turn your mic off. That's it. Yeah, like Kansas City's beating New England right now. We don't want to know about that no more.
Here we go,
That's
Steelers.
not
Here
part
we
of the
go.
news thing. So, they're evacuating here in Florida.
Brevard County.
Yeah. So this gal was evacuating from college here in Florida. Drove 6 hours to catch $1,000 flight home to New Jersey. A layover in Detroit, by the way. I don't know why. She was exhausted when she landed in Newark, which explains how she fell asleep on a commuter train and ended up alone in an empty train in a rail yard where she'd gotten on the wrong train. So she was 2 hours from home, but she got rescued by calling her family to come get her. But that's a pretty bad commute home, don't you think?
Jeez, man.
It also raises a couple of questions like, doesn't the crew check the car before they go put it in the rail?
Well, that's like the
What's
that's
the
like
protocol?
the kids that are found in the buses. It's like, aren't you supposed to walk up and down the aisles and check?
Right.
Yeah.
She also says they probably should have read her ticket and seen that she was on the wrong train, but that's her responsibility.
exactly.
I mean, you're on
Yeah.
your own there, lady.
They do check on the T up in Boston though, because I've been.
Because there's idiots, yeah.
Because I used to drink and ride the T home, so.
Oh, good for you.
Hello.
I don't know.
She should have had a 5-hour energy.
Yeah,
There you go.
that should
There you
have
go.
been
Especially like, you know, going to a trip like that.
Hey, it's a very old scam. One of the oldest in the books, and they're running it in Hollywood again. It's have you ever heard? You got bird just crapped on your back. That's the thing. Someone walks up to you, they say, "Oh, a bird just pooped on your back," and they offer to wipe it off. And while they're doing that, they steal your wallet.
Wow.
Yeah, it's an old scam. I mean, it's like grift scam from way back in the 1920s.
Pete!
What?
My wallet is gone.
I ain't gonna find anything in there. Trust me, I ain't taking your wallet.
That is true.
That's nice. So anyway, yeah. Next time, if someone tries that, by the way, just say, "Oh, bird poop. That's lucky," and keep moving.
Be like, I like that.
Be like, oh, did you
Yeah.
drop your pocket too?
Drop your
Guys.
pocket.
So Burning Man, we talked a little bit about some stuff that happened there. You know, the guy that ran in, and apparently they do
Nicolas
that.
Cage.
A Burning Man at the
Burn-
Burning Man.
Well, they get on acid apparently, and they're like, "Run to the light, Carol Ann," and they ran. And the guy ran
Moths
into
to
the
a flame.
fire and caught on fire. With
I could taste the colors, man.
Yeah, I'm just saying he caught on fire, and they had to wait till the raging fire settled down. Though it's too hot to go in and get him.
Snozzberries taste
Well,
like
apparently
snozzberries.
there was a chick there. Really?
Uh-oh.
Apparently there was a chick there who was lactating.
I'll put you out.
Yeah, right? No.
Wow.
But she was.
Guys.
I'm a firefighter.
Oh my God, you guys.
Is that flammable?
No. But she was actually feeding it to people to drink. Yeah.
Seriously.
I want to go to that
Wow.
party. Where's that party at?
I don't
But
know if
was
she
it-
was lactating and needed to pump the milk, I guess, which is fine, but
Does anybody want to drink?
So like, was it straight? Was it straight from the fountain?
right from the tip, yeah. Just
Get over here and quench that thirst, boy.
grab a
Is
tea.
that 1% or 2%?
It was fat free.
Or was it whole milk?
No.
I've heard of
Chocolate milk.
bodybuilders drinking it, but I mean,
Yeah,
really at a party?
Burning Man. Yeah.
I
yeah.
hear next year they're going to call it the Burning Man.
Yeah, because apparently a lot of people were. So some guy, he had this this doe and her fawn, deers, kids, and they were eating his plants in his prize garden. So we got a high-powered pellet gun, and which was very painful to the animals. And now he's being sued.
By who?
Like
Disney.
By Bambi's,
So,
Bambi's
sued by
mom.
Yogi the Bear.
Bambi's mom.
I killed Bambi's
Hey,
mom.
boo-boo.
He's getting sued by the town for doing this. He says, "I was just trying to scare them away." But he shot them both using a high-powered pellet gun, as I say, which is really a painful way to die.
I mean, how many
Killed them?
how many cocks to a gun, a BB gun, did you have to do to
know,
kill
right?
it?
That's a lot of cock.
Yeah. Well, I know that when you pump it up hard enough, it's like just blow things out.
You just pump your cock
Wow.
like that, you know?
It sounds like he was cocking it up.
I know.
That right there, that whole conversation just turned so interesting in my mind, dude.
I'm back on the breast milk. Where you guys went. School bus driver first day of class got lost on the way to school. How do you do that?
Don't they drive those routes before?
I thought so. We got to thank the AUG Alliance for United Gamers for coming in, Dave, Devin, Sean. Very
Thank
nice.
you for having us.
Oh, yeah, man.
Always a blessing. Thank you.
Punchline. Thanks, man. Lizzie,
That's me.
we'll see you next week. What's up, Pete?
Wow. See you tomorrow.
Thanks, guys. We love you. Mean it.
Laughing time is over.
And
There you have it, boys. Case closed.
You've been listening to Connections. Find
I'm awake, man.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Bye, y'all.
Have a good night.
Benito.
But they're playing shit.